I'm not on screen. And welcome to Action Surge. I don't know why I'm not on screen. Maybe my camera's not working. Alright, so do you guys remember, like, recap-wise, what's going on?
Probably best to do that for the stream.
Yeah. That's why I was wondering if you guys remembered, like, if any of you remember what was the last thing you guys did.
I do not remember.
Last time on Action Surge 2,
Yeah, you were Matthew last time there, John, so that could be a part of it.
our heroes traveled through time. It's the magical Pixie Prim. Opened up some random ass tombs, and everybody woke up like vampires.
Right.
We all look freaky as hell, and we'll be wonderfully welcome to any house party.
Yeah, we could put that that meme up. That it wasn't that you that made that, Marcos. the Soul Survivors in a nutshell. Or no, that was Grim Harvest in a nutshell. We could do one of those for the Soul Survivors one.
Everybody coming out of a tomb. Yes, that
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah. The sun's all bright. They got their hands over there.
We should play along and always ask if we could come in to any given place.
Just to make sure. Okay. So no. Yeah. The last time, first session, Queen's character Prim was basically going to find these 8 heroes, and she came to took a left turn through the ethereal plane and came to was the ethereal plane, and she came to this island here in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, and you guys were all entombed, and she basically opened the tombs, and I think you were the first one she opened, right, Marcos? And then you helped her open the other ones?
Yes, that's how I was like, Marcos, eh?
And then you guys found this little native village, and yeah, there we go. And there
There's
I
the
am.
man, the myth, the legend,
Oh,
the dungeon master.
Didn't even need to do the transition. I'm still there. Oh no, my webcam is not active. I pretend like I'm on the air.
The man, the myth, the legend. Cast time stop.
Yeah.
Time stop. No.
All right, webcam, stop it.
Curses.
Webcam's doing funny stuff. I do have to get a better webcam, that's for sure. Okay, it looks like it's gonna be okay. All right. So then you guys found this native village, and you guys started asking them questions about, you know, what was going on, and how you guys were entombed here, and you guys ran into like a race of well, one of a member of a race of cat-like folk that are not Tabaxi, and they were a watcher. They were called themselves a watcher, and they were basically watching over your graves, and you guys found out that the ship that you guys came in by ship, and it was 100 years ago that you were brought in by ship and buried there, essentially. And then, you know, you guys all are in normal, you know, good, well-off condition, so to speak. And today the part of Matthew will be played by John, and I'm not sure if Matthew's going to be able to make it back anytime soon. So, and Ian will not be with us. So, what's going to happen here with Ian is basically his character decides that he is going to, since he's an archaeologist, he is going to kind of stay with the natives and mingle in with the natives and learn all he can about this like sort of primeval village that's, you know, out in the middle of nowhere, and you know, this is like a dream come true for an archaeologist. You know, it's like a living relics. You know, it's and then you know, learn more about the how they honor the dead, where they they all have their like basically gravestones at the center of their housing structures, or the center of their housing unit or whatever. And then they have this great big like pyramid obelisk thing at the center of the town there. So anyway, so he's gonna stay with the natives and kind of get acquainted with them guys. All right.
Did we find out anything about the tombs that were broken open?
I don't know that it was said, but basically I did tell Prim that she had kind of thought that there were supposed to be other, other beings in those other tombs that were part of the 8 that she was supposed to be sent to find, and of course there were 3 missing.
Right. I just figured whether or not they asked the town folk, because they're the Watchers.
Yeah.
Well, they knew anything about it.
Oh, they asked the Ricasto Watcher, and she basically said that it had been broken open long before she was a Watcher. So they don't know. She doesn't know what happened, and I think at this point you guys were either going to go to the Thanaton village or to question some of the other villages right here in the island area, or in this peninsula area, because you're basically on a peninsula off an island. But yeah, so I think you guys were going to question some people or set out and maybe try to find some answers about that.
Okay.
Let me turn on the turn tracker, make sure it's in the right spot.
Yeah, we were gonna check most of the villages, but we were told some of them are cannibalistic.
That is true. You were told that. Well, I don't know that you were told that, but you did read that for sure. There was a missive from the captain of the ship that you guys were on, and he said that like most of the islanders seemed like they might be cannibals. So, so far, no one here has tried to eat you though. So you're doing pretty good there.
When we talked to the leader of this village, did she say whether the other villages were hostile or not?
She said that the current ones, here are all sort of part of the same tribe. So, she didn't say they were hostile or not, but you kind of gather from that they're friendly, at least with these natives. The ones that are here on this peninsula. Behind the giant wall.
So maybe someone for the village would like to come with us to maybe guide us on this side of the wall. Maybe we could ask someone.
Yeah, you could do that. Do you guys want to ask somebody to kind of guide you? You did have a guide out to the boat, so
we could ask him to keep coming along with us. Did anyone catch his name?
No, I did not. I was just told it was guide.
Well, is he still nearby, or do we see him wandering around this village?
Yeah, you probably see him walking around being helpful. Seems to be a very outgoing, kind of helpful person, as far as he wants to help the whole tribe out.
Is this the next day though, or is this still the same day?
Still the same day.
Yeah, that was my question. Is what time of day is it?
Okay.
It is probably, I would say, after you guys went out to the boat and came back and searched around and talked to whatever. Then, oh wait, sorry. This is this is the next day after you guys woke up. Remember, because you guys did have like a feast, right? Do you remember that? Okay. So this is the next day after you woke up, but it's still the same day that you went out to the boat. If that makes sense.
Right.
Okay.
But what time during the day is it?
Probably late afternoon, early evening kind of ish.
Okay.
And the sun is still fairly high in the sky, so I mean, you're assuming it's, you know, spring, summer. Yeah, you're thinking probably more spring, but it's
Okay.
very, very warm and balmy here, so it's hard to tell.
Sure.
It feels like summer here, you know. Very warm.
So
summer.
do we spend the evening here and leave at dawn, or do we travel through night?
Well, traveling through night in unknown lands is usually not a good idea. But who knows how much time we have left in the day? Or how far away the next village really is.
In the night.
Do we have supplies? Do we need rations and such? I haven't checked my bag.
Last night we had talked to the villagers and had either bought supplies or acquired supplies. They had
Mhm.
given us some food.
Yep. Yeah, and
Oh, there it is
you
in my
have
bag.
X
I
amount of
see it
days.
now.
Yeah, you have X amount of days worth of rations and such too. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we probably have a couple hours of sunlight left. We could start now. Or we could wait till morning.
Yeah, judging by where the sun's position is, you kind of think that you probably have like at least a good 3 or 4 hours of sunlight left. It's up to you.
I say we take the initiative and leave this place.
I mean, if the road is nice, we might make it a couple miles. Do we know how far off the next village is?
I am going to check for everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's not. They say it's not far, but that's kind of relative to them, like.
Do they say how long it takes to walk there?
I believe to get to the next village, it takes maybe a couple hours to walk there.
We might make it if we hurry.
And they say basically all the villages are kind of set up the same. The only difference is that that they don't have the wall to the north.
But they all have the pyramid structure in the center?
Yep, they all have the pyramid structure, which is basically like an alert calling meeting spot, and they all have the 4 clans. The eagle, was it the eagle?
I can pull up my notes.
Yeah, it's an eagle, elk, turtle, and jaguar.
Jaguar?
Jaguar.
Yeah,
Is
they
that
were.
right? Eagle. Was it eagle or a hawk? I can't remember.
Eagle.
Eagle. Okay. Yeah. So eagle, jaguar, turtle, and elk, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And basically they have them all living in the same spots. And the turtle is always the southernmost one. And the turtle clan is also kind of revered as almost like the elders, like the wise ones or whatever, but it's kind of, that's kind of their place. The Jaguar clan, they're kind of more the warriors for the tribe. The Eagle clan are, more like scouts, and the Elk clan are more like hunter-gatherers. believe it's the Elk Clan. I can't remember.
I thought it was turtle, elk, jaguar, and the other one.
Eagle?
Eagle, yeah.
Okay, so elk is one of them then, okay. I couldn't remember what the deer-like thing that it might have been was.
Yeah. So, if it only takes a few hours, then we could probably hoof it to the next village today then.
I mean, they let you know that you could definitely make it there before dark, but dark would, settle soon thereafter, basically.
Is everyone up for a stroll?
I'm good. I'll get comfortable in my pouch being carried.
Either way.
All right, let's do it.
Alright, I had some feedback coming through somebody's headphones or something. Oh, that's probably Scott's again, right? Yeah, that's okay. I understand now.
I'll turn it down.
I see how it is.
Is that better?
Yeah, probably. Alright. Ah, wrong thing. Alright, and... Okay, so you guys head kind of southeast to the next village. Let me put you on this larger map here. So to give you an idea, it's southeast and yeah, right there. Yep, you got it.
So how many miles is each hex?
About 8. I'm not sure. It's about 8 miles from there, anyways. So yeah, 8 miles. So each hex would be what, 2 miles? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see if I got that. Yeah. Zoom in on this village here. There's a Prim icon. Prim is representing the whole group at this point.
I can take that off. I'm not sure why it's on there.
As she has
Well,
as she
because
has for the entire campaign. She is our leader, our Lord and Savior.
she's your savior, yeah, essentially. So yeah, so you would arrive basically at this other this other village here about an hour before dusk. It's eerily similar to the other one. Like I said, it's the guide. I can't remember the guide that originally took you, but the guide that takes you to this village, or that walks with you to this village, his name is Mabari.
Okay.
And and he says the tribes people here are very friendly, and he says that they will welcome visitors with open arms. He says basically it's assumed that anything or anyone on this side of the wall is to be trusted, which has gotten the other tribes, other villages, tribal villages, and so on, in trouble on occasion, because of the idea that they kind of want to trust everything that's on this side of the wall, because really most things don't make it past the wall. So most people don't make it past the wall, and some quite some time ago, well, not too long ago, actually, about they say probably about a month ago. The way he explains this, about a month ago, some pale men in boats came to the island and docked on the west side of the island, and caused a lot of trouble for the tribes members before they took whatever they took and left.
They weren't the same ones that left the chest?
No, that was the boat, right? You're talking about the chest from the boat.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, that was like 100 years ago. So yeah, this was just like a few weeks ago or a week ago. No, I said a month ago. Yeah, so a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Pale-skinned people, eh?
Yep.
Probably from much further north with this sun, then.
He explains he doesn't know where they were from. He just knows they weren't natives to this island or this peninsula, or at least not like any natives he's seen. He says
Maybe we should.
he says
eyes out for them.
he says he has seen some of the cave dwellers who are pale.
The cave dwellers.
He says yes, but they're beyond the wall.
Is this not the same as the phantom people?
No.
Anatons.
No, the Thanatons are like flying raccoon monkeys.
Yeah, no. He says
Nothing about caves.
he says no. The flying raccoon monkeys, the Thanatons. He says the Thanatons are friendly. He says the cave dwellers are not. He says they're basically giants that for all he knows eat other people.
Giants that eat other people. Living in caves. Where have we found ourselves?
Well, this was a very enlightening walk, don't you think?
So, I mean, we could use the same village map if you want, but it's basically same layout if you want to ask anybody anything or whatever. You can find the leader of this village, and the leaders of the village are always male, but the chieftains of the village are always female. So, like, the chieftain has like a kind of a second in command, if you will, that is a male. It's not always the consort of the chieftain, but it's sort of a balance thing that they have that you know of. I mean, and it's also the kind of the balance thing that they got with the 4 different clans doing, each doing kind of almost their own regiment of job. Like the Elk clan does a lot of the gardening in the places. You notice the whole center of the area is all, plants and garden type things.
All right. And just to refresh my memory with the group, our purpose of going around to all the different villages was to learn more about ourselves, or to learn more about what's beyond the wall.
Hey,
The ini-
after you, Queen.
I think the initial intention was to find out more about why we're here, or how we got here, or why we're important. Secondary would definitely be able to find out what we're walking into going past the wall.
Sounds like we've got friendly raccoons and unfriendly cave giants
Right.
Yeah.
so far. Okay. Well, if our purpose is to kind of find out more about ourselves, then we should be asking, I guess, the matron of the village to,
Or an elder.
or an elder, yeah, to try and figure out more of this prophecy.
Preferably somebody who's been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe even someone that's gone over the wall.
There is the chieftain here is quite a bit older than the chieftain at the other place. But you do remember that the chieftain at the other place, she did say that she was the head chieftain of all these tribes. Basically, she was
Right.
she was kind of above like everybody in the all the villages, and you know they were all kind of one cohesive unit. Like the Jaguar clan from one village are probably related to the Jaguar clan from the other village, and so on and so forth. And some of them are interrelated, anyways. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so find maybe their best warrior and the elders of the village, and politely request the information that we seek.
Okay.
Well, maybe their best scout, if you're wanting the people that went over the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hang on, where did my other thing go? Did I lose it? Nope, I didn't. Okay, good. No, maybe. Oh, there it is. So, you guys are able to talk to the chieftain and the leader of the, the tribes. And like I said, each clan has its own kind of leader, person, but they're always male. But like I said, the chieftains are always female. And the chieftain here, she's older, but she takes you to who is a person who is essentially, she introduces, and she again, like these guys are using sort of a different dialect of than what you're used to. It's still a common language, but but she basically explains this woman to be her mother, and the mother is quite a wizened older lady, very very striking in appearance, but even though she's like, probably every bit of 80, 90 years old, she kind of exudes this power from her anyways. She has this very strong presence. And she speaks to this lady in a dialect that's kind of even more off the beaten path, kind of, and you can barely understand what they're saying, back and forth. And the wiser old lady, the older lady, she says to you guys, she says, you came before the era or during the era of upheaval.
Upheaval? What do you mean?
The Bloodstone Wars.
She says, oh, a long time ago, the era of upheaval, you came to us, then when Ao broke the tablets of fate, and the world was sundered for a second time. She says that was many moons ago, many cycles. She says you are brought by a great ship, and the captain was only seeking fortune, but he was also tasked with bringing your bodies here for payment from what was then a council of some sort.
Someone paid their debt with my corpse? Is that what you're telling me?
Basically, more like someone paid for your corpse.
Someone bought my corpse.
Well, it wasn't a corpse, I guess. You're still alive.
It is a pretty useful corpse considering it came back to life.
And basically, just over 100 years ago, she says, in the time of her grandmother, she says was when um, the evil gods and goddesses murdered the goddess of magic and brought about the spell plague. And you're thinking, like,
You're yanking our chains, aren't you? Got rid of magic, kill the goddess of magic. That seems near impossible.
she doesn't seem to understand what you mean by the yanking your chains, but she's definitely like vehement about, no, this is what really happened. And she says she sees your thing, and she says, you were brought here before your god was returned. She
Our
says that
god?
to Dell.
Oh.
She says you were all brought here before your god was returned.
So the prophecies came to pass, and he returned.
And
Del takes a kneel and
Oh, go ahead.
kisses his. Del takes a knee and kisses his holy symbol.
Okay. And she does kind of say, she kind of says, she kind of lets you, she says basically kind of like, all prophecies seem to come to pass. It's just not always in the way that we think.
All prophecies come to pass.
I
What
don't
other
like
prophecies?
how the gods can use us as playthings.
She says, you do not remember who you are from the times when you saved us during the Blood Wars, but you will.
If you may, matriarch, do you know how we died?
She says she's not sure. It could have been during the Blood War, at the end of the Blood War, but she's fairly certain that you all actually had a fairly peaceful death.
Well, that's disappointing.
Said you lived to be old and revered as heroes, and so on and so forth, and like that you were essentially kind of almost legends in your own time, so to speak.
But here we are, rejuvenated and young.
Without memory of any of that.
Death is an interesting concept.
I wonder how that worked.
Maybe we should keep those coffins with us.
She says the grandmother or the mother says something along the lines of basically like that time is a not a native concept. Like they in these villages, the time is a kind of a different concept. Is we still keep track of cycles and moons and suns and so on and so forth, but we definitely identify it as a foreign concept.
So you don't know how old you are?
She says, well, we have a good idea, because like I said, we do keep track of suns and stuff, but she says, but it is a concept brought to our village from outside.
Do the people that Do the Watchers and the people that visit where the tombs are seem to remain young?
She says, she's fairly certain that she's seen some of them grow old and die, but she doesn't quite remember. She says, but the Jakar were once a great people. They were once a great nation that were ruled this land and were all over, and you know, they basically are all but extinct now. She says the Watchers and a few others are the only ones left.
Hmm.
Where do these Watchers live? Congregate?
That's on the map. That's the X. That's that camp. There's a
Okay.
little camp right here.
The X, not the X north of the wall. X north of the wall was the boat.
The boat. Yep.
Okay, cool, got it.
Okay. Right, so we have information that we are really old. And we saved this land before.
Not this
And
land
it's-
specifically, but like the whole world is what they
Yeah.
kind of intimate. You know.
It is kind of unfortunate that we're pretty important and we do not recall anything. I don't know about everybody else, but all I recall was laying in grass. And then I woke up in a tomb.
The
So,
last I remember, I was heading south with my brothers from the Dragon Coast, searching for a necromancer. And here we is.
Last thing I remember, I was looking for someone that needed to be killed.
Go on.
And I didn't find him. Yet.
well, if time is not normal, whatever that means, maybe we can still finish all these businesses. I was supposed to set up for a war, and apparently I fought in a war. I don't remember this.
So does this elderly lady know anything about the three
It's gigantic.
missing heroes?
The three missing heroes. Oh, yes, from the tomb. Okay, yes. Good question. She says that the tombs were broken into and robbed. I want to say probably about 50 years ago, and she says that they never saw, you know, who was in the sarcophagus, you know, sarcophagi, because, you know, that would be essentially to them that would be like dishonoring the dead, you know, like opening a, you know, thing, a
Right.
tomb like that.
When that's said, I'm gonna hide in the bag.
And she, and she explains that she says, as you know, like kind of like, you know, to the people who came back from the dead, she says, as you know, when it is time for someone to be reborn, they find their own way out of their sarcophagus, you know, or they find their own way out of their coffin, you know, like kind of thing.
Right.
So we could have been woken up early, is what she's saying.
Or she's saying that you found your way, you know.
Or just killed
or that
beforehand.
Prim found your way. Depending on how you look at it. But yeah, so yeah.
So we've been woken because there's another thing dooming the world, huh? Well, as long as we can make some coin along the way, I have no qualms in making friends.
She says you will only find friends. She says you will only find friends on this part of the island.
With that attitude, sure.
And she says, but beware of the waters because, there are sea monsters. And she says, and beware of the lands beyond the wall because there are giant monsters who roam there that will eat you in a bite.
Got it.
Out of character.
Beware the water.
Out
Go
of
ahead.
character. Have we heard has anyone told us the prophecy about us and or the heroes in general? Do we know what the prophecy is? Or do we just know there is a prophecy?
If I recall, we just know the hype.
Yeah, I was gonna say you kind of just know that there is a prophecy, I guess. And Prim has told you basically how what she came to find, like what she was sent for, and that was these great heroes that were gonna help save the world during the Blood Wars.
Okay. But the Blood Wars are over?
The Blood Wars happened like 100 and
Yeah.
some odd years ago.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I was supposed to find you for the first one, but then I came and I got mixed up and came to a different time, and they've already passed. So I don't know what I'm doing here.
Well, we did fight in the Blood Wars, according to.
Yeah,
Ev-
so you
everyone.
found your way anyways.
And I believe Prim isn't your the previous the warlock. She was from a different world, correct?
Completely different world. Yep.
Completely different world, yeah. So this warlock who sent Prim to find you guys knew that this Blood Wars thing was going on, basically on a different world, and it was if it wasn't quelched, if it wasn't stopped, that whatever happened as a result of this Blood War would bleed over into other worlds.
Woof,
What you're
okay,
saying is
then.
it's all Prim's fault.
So what I'm
Yeah,
hearing
yeah,
is that Prim got isekai'd to start the plot.
I never trusted fairies.
And have we seen any livestock in any of the villages?
And I didn't mean Blood Wars. I meant Bloodstone Wars. Did I say Blood Wars?
You said Blood Wars,
I
but
meant Bloodstone Wars. Yeah.
Bloodstone, okay.
Yeah, the Blood
Yeah, have
Wars
we
are between the devils and demons, but that's neither
Yeah.
here nor there.
Have we
That's
seen
what I
any
thought.
livestock in any of the villages? Are they?
Yeah.
You
There
said
was
there was
sheep
but
and goats, and in the previous
Okay.
village there were sheep and goats and pigs, and different things like that, and this village too. So there's a few things here too. Yeah.
okay, so traditional livestock. animals.
There's not many there's not much in the way of like cows. Like you think you might have saw one cow in the first village that you were in, the main village up there, but other than that you don't see any.
Okay.
You haven't seen any down in this village, and you think you only seen maybe one up there.
These people clearly don't have any beef with anyone.
How about
Oh God.
like horses?
What were you gonna say?
Well, I'm
John?
going to.
Horses or like riding?
No horses.
Animal?
No.
I'm going to suggest something a little controversial, my new friends. It just seems like we will get not a lot of information from these villages about us. So maybe we have an excursion across the wall and see what life throws at us.
Well, we seem to have acquired a lot more knowledge in the last 20 minutes than we did last game.
She says.
So,
She also says. She also tells you to hold on 1 second, and she tells you to talks to her daughter, which is the chieftain, and she says something to her, and like, you know, like she basically wants her to fetch something. And so the chieftain is a little unnerved because, you know, she is the chieftain, but, you know, and also it's her daughter, so they have a little bit of a, you know, mother-daughter, you know, do I really have to, Mom? You know, like kind of thing going on. And so the chieftain comes back and she brings you guys a map that's kind of old and faded. And she says this was left here long ago, but it should help you find your way around the island.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Nice.
And she says, Kisiwa Cha Adabu is what we call the island in our native tongue.
Seeing that there's a sort of sigil in the bottom corner there, Brian, of this faded map, could I cast Mending on it to try and like repair it fully to see that sigil, to maybe try and get a better understanding?
You could make it. You could do that and make it whole. I don't know that it would reveal what the sigil was, though. You know, you could make it a whole map, but if you cast Mending on it, but and it
Yeah, I
might
think
it might repair.
Mending-
It might repair enough of the you know, the scale on the top left part of it, but
Yeah, I think mending would just repair the physical parchment or paper, not put the ink back on it.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
and like I said, it might repair some of the sigil because, you know, some of it's there. So, you know,
Yeah.
basically make
All right,
it
so
look more new, so to speak.
I think I got this straight. If we go in the water, we get attacked by sea monsters. If we go on the land, we get attacked by land monsters.
Point is,
Go
there's
north,
monsters
go
and we'll
north of the wall.
probably have to fight them.
So we got to stay in the air.
Gotta stay in the air, yeah.
I'll put 2 thumbs up. Works for me.
Prim will carry us everywhere.
Prim is all on board with that, right?
All right, Prim. Curious.
Might be a little difficult.
I only have a -9 to my strength. Or sorry, -1.
We're screwed.
Okay, so do we rest here for the night and go to another village in the morning, or do we...
I think seeing as we've got just about a little bit of sunlight left, might make sense to stay here for the night.
I turn to the chieftain and I ask, is there many predators this side of the wall at night?
She says no. Most of them don't come out this way. And she says there's, you know, she says there's like a, you know, essentially like snakes and you know, like some smaller things, but you know, the bigger cats don't come this way because they don't enjoy the water as much. She says either that or maybe they're afraid of the sea monsters. And she says she doesn't say sea monsters. She says sea creatures. But then she says and you'll get the occasional flying like a flying creature that comes over the wall, but usually they can handle 1 or 2 of those.
There goes flying. Can't fly either, Prim.
We're screwed.
And you guys have seen some rather large birds, flying creatures, but they're mostly been too far off and look, from the looks of things, the other side of the wall, possibly.
Okay,
I mean, the
so
wall,
we go...
the wall being, you know, as high as it is, you would be able to see it from this village if it wasn't for like you know, a lot of the forestation and, you know, trees and such. And you also notice that this village is also right on the, like, like basically everywhere in here has trees and like jungle type area, but like where the trees are on the map, those are all like really dense, jungle areas.
So, do we go to the rest of these villages and hope that they all have different bits of information?
We can, and if they don't, we can make it a quick visit. There is that elders thing in 10 days.
Ah, yes, I remember. So, maybe we do the villages and then go back for the elder thing.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a good thing to go to, is the elder thing.
Are you saying, when you guys are saying this, are you guys saying any of it out
loud.
out loud within earshot of the old lady?
All of it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so the old lady, she says, ah, yes, the awakening of the elders, that is coming soon. She says, and I am not looking forward to waking my mother. Like this is the mother, that's the old wise lady that she says she is not looking forward to waking her mother, and she says she is such a pain to deal with.
Akaz tries to not laugh.
and she says, but I believe she will be much easier to deal with in this state.
She may have some answers for us, too.
Maybe. So we rest here for the night and head to the next village in the morning.
Considering we're gonna have to wait for the other thing, yes. Because
Yeah.
we are not in a rush.
No, not if we have 10 days.
She says she says there's a little islet or a key, south of the peninsula that has one of the villages on it, and she says there are possibly speakers of the dead there.
Speakers of the dead, huh? So when you say that, Ryan, are you talking about that village or
Yep.
that village?
Yep, the further south village. Yep, this one here. Yep.
The next question is, do we skip the villages in the middle now to talk to the ones further away and talk to them on the way back?
Again, we also have, starting tomorrow, 9 days. It would not hurt to know our surroundings. To have maybe an idea what's out there. Danger, light. That's what this island is. Peninsula.
Okay. We'll need to acquire a small boat then. Unless anyone feels like swimming in the ocean with the nut monsters.
Is that a village?
They're definitely not monsters. Yes.
What were you asking, John?
Yeah, that
Is that a village?
Yeah, this is a village here. And there's one
All right,
here.
so we can probably acquire a small boat at that village since it's close to the water.
Yep, or you could
So
acquire one here.
yeah, I was gonna say we'll acquire one there. So those should be one of our next stops if we're gonna want to go out into the water.
Okay, I will let the fairy decide in the morning, as she has been our guide so far, yes?
Okay.
It's like, sure.
Akash just asks if there's an empty hut for them to sleep in for the night.
Yeah, they show you to a place that has a family in there, but all the huts are essentially the same sort of size, but this family is like only like 3 people, like a mom, a dad, and a daughter, and and they kind of hook you up in their hut, which is, you know, looks like the huts look like they would suit a family of like 10 for, well, in the way that they kind of live in them, you know.
Yeah.
It's not like a 27-room mansion that would suit a family of 10. It's like a it's kind of like a longhouse, so to speak, in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Akash just sits down and nibbles on some rations and rolls out his bedroll and passes out.
Okay.
Prim is gonna get cozy in the bag that her bag that Trisha is carrying.
Yep.
And sit down and set up all the little trinkets that I've acquired and take off my necklace and try and sit there and focus and see if I can reach out to my warlock. See if there's any response, and yeah.
You can kind of feel like almost like there's a near sensation of connection, but it's something you can't quite grasp onto at this point. You know, like you're just like there's a real like it's as if she was extremely far away.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pop out. I go, Trisha.
Yes.
I think I. Now I'm getting an echo too.
It's from, I don't know where this goes from.
I think I can feel my warlock again. I think she's there.
Can you speak
And
to them?
I'll show him the necklace. Does it look any different?
No, it doesn't look much different.
I'll still be all giddy.
Perhaps a little bit more sparkly in the firelight, you know. Might look a little bit
And-
more sparkly in the firelight.
Is it night? Is it night and is the moon out?
It's probably the moon is out. It's like a crescent moon, but it's probably you know, I just meant like like fires from the village or from the inside of the the huts or whatever. But yeah, the moon is out. It's kind of a crescent moon. And
Okay.
your guess would be that it's like it's waxing, like it's becoming a full moon.
I
Okay,
would,
well
I
then
would
be-
definitely would have set up near a window or an opening where I could stare at the night sky.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, me and Trisha, maybe we go outside for a minute.
I was gonna say you
Get
guys.
to look at the stars.
You guys, like this is definitely, reminiscent of any place where you've been out in the wild and you can just see, thousands and thousands of stars,
When we get out there, Trisha, my skin starts to sparkle with little freckles, little glitter spots in the moonlight.
Glitter freckles.
You know, it's a good timing because I was going to ask about those. I like your design. You appreciate the stars.
Mm-hmm.
Since it's nighttime, I'll probably already set up. I don't have my armor. You definitely see, at least from my arms and legs. In real life, when you look at all these patterns and diagrams and cartoons of what the galaxy and the universe is supposed to look like.
Yep.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello, it's me.
Prim will be like, ooh, pretty.
I'm starting to realize that this might be a projection of my own self-centeredness by calling me the universe.
Like if
But
you,
Here we are.
like if you were to stand up against the night sky, people might lose you.
I cast fly on myself. I camouflage with the night sky.
Right.
Great, we've got 2 nightlights.
Okay.
All right. So.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, that's it.
I was just gonna say, so you guys are gonna rest and get up the next day. The night goes by uneventfully. It's It's relatively like they said, relatively peaceful at this side of the wall. The villages are fairly well protected with the warriors that they have at the in the Jaguar clan. And yeah, so you guys get up the next morning and are thinking about heading out possibly. And where are you thinking about heading out to? The
Question
the
to the
villages?
DM.
Yeah.
Do any of these does it look like I could handedly defeat any of these warriors, or did they look actually strong in relation to me?
Like any of them, as in, yeah, some of them look like that you might be able to defeat them. I mean, you as far as like sizing them up, anyways, and then, but there are some that look relatively formidable.
All
Are you
right.
talking about the Jaguar fighters or
In
our
general.
party?
No. The
The Jaguar
the
clan.
fighters. Yes.
Yeah.
Just in general, because there's a difference between some guy that can do 10 push-ups and grab a spear, and somebody who's actually trained.
Yeah.
I would know that.
Well, these guys look more like the most of them, I should say, look more like the can do several push-ups and have a spear, or a javelin, or in this case an atlatl. But there are a few of them in each clan, like in each village, that look relatively formidable and have like battle scars and such to kind of show that they've been in some scrapes or two.
This is good to know, because so far all these people trust everybody very blindly.
They are also the ones that are like look more like veterans, also look a little bit older too, like a little bit into their early 30s, late 20s, that kind of thing.
And for the most part, most of these people are human, correct?
Yeah, all these people in the villages are human.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
And they would also all be essentially like they all kind of look like they're of African American descent, but they also kind of look like or African descent, but they also kind of look like they have that reddish tinge to their skin, like Native Americans.
Sounds like Puerto Ricans. I can say this because I'm one.
Could be.
I was thinking it.
Or Amazonians would probably be a good analog too, in a way. But
Equatorial dwellers.
equatorial dwellers, that's what they are.
Equatorial dwellers. There you go.
They are pretty close to the equator too, I think, or maybe under it. I would have to look.
Oh no, I don't want to find myself in the game.
Our new guide's name is Marcos. No.
I want to be the scrawny guy that can do 10 push-ups and throw a spear.
It's the difference between throwing a spear and being able to hit your target.
I can throw a spear as Prim. It just doesn't go very far.
I would
Actually,
like to see the physics of that. Just a quick pick.
actually, you do notice that some of the spears that they're carrying are very small. Like they're almost like they're prim-sized spears, but they're
Toothpicks, then, you mean?
well, no, okay, they're not,
Because
they're not quite
skewers.
that small. No, that's more like a prim-sized javelin, I guess.
I'll take a toothpick from my mess kit. Prim, I got your javelin.
Yes!
I guess to prim they'd be more like pole arms, like large pole arms.
Yeah, like if they're 6 inches, that's how tall I am, so
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you give it a
and a
character
pole
to
arm,
do-
a pole arm would be like up to about 10 feet to normal
10
people.
inches.
Hmm.
Yeah, so 10 inches.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I was gonna say so, but these spears that they're carrying, most of them have a bunch of them, and they're all about, I want to say about 2 feet long, which you're used to a spear being 5 feet.
Mhm.
And-
Oh, they got spear chuckers.
And they're mostly blade. Like the there's more blade than haft probably, or just as much blade as haft.
Oh, like lawn darts.
Yeah, something like that.
This is very interesting weaponry.
I remember that game.
But
Back
yeah,
when kids,
And
back when
King
kids were
probably
allowed to
next
be
to me,
kids.
The stars are not there.
oh, somebody went off camera.
John or Scott. Scott said back in 2
Oh,
minutes,
Scott. Okay,
but it's been
John's
like a minute
off
and a half.
camera too, right?
John's camera dropped a bit ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my camera dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah, he just hit refresh on the thing. I think is that what you do, or you just reconnect? Is that Prim? What did you do on yours?
Oh, I closed the NDI and then I clicked on the link that you sent again.
Yeah, try that, John.
Okay, I'm trying.
And Scott is AFK. Okay. So the next village you do know is like by the water there, and it's probably a little over 3.5 miles from where you're at now.
Well, it's not too far off. We could make that by midday.
Oh yeah.
3 miles? If
3
If
miles
we
you
run
can do
fast enough,
about,
we'll
about,
get
a,
it in an
about a
hour.
half hour or so, yeah. Depending, I mean, if you're trucking it pretty good.
Do we want to just say we're going?
Sure.
I
Okay.
think so.
all great disembodied voice, we're going.
No, I'm
Um,
not invisible.
Poof, you're there.
Along the way,
Sure.
do we come across any edible or medicinal plants? And I can make a survival.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can make a survival check. A lot of the plants seem a little bit foreign to you, but you do notice a few that are, a little bit of like here and there. Like you find some mint, you find some things that would be considered medicinal, and definitely some like berry plants.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, Dell along the way stops every once in a while and picks a few herbs, some berries.
Okay.
Try and just get some materials to be able to make salves and other things that are useful for extended periods of time away from civilization.
Okay, I'm gonna do this here. See if. Okay. John, are you having any luck with your refreshing?
Oh, did it not work?
No, you didn't. And you didn't say one way or the other if you were back on camera on your end.
All right. Here, I'll try it again.
But feel free to make me guess some more. We can play. It could be like it's a game within itself,
It is a game within itself.
right?
The subplot. Figuring out NDI.
Figure out where is John at this point.
All right, I'm back on.
Okay, you're back on. Oh, yeah, you're not on our end. Okay. Well, I guess you're gonna be not on our end. this one. Deliura. I'm gonna add you on as a graphic like I did Ryan.
All right.
I'm gonna try to anyway. Wait a second. Wait a second. That is not good at all. Oh, wait a second. Okay. Hold on. What did I do? Okay. Whew.
While
I thought I
Dell is
messed up something
foraging,
bad.
while Dell is foraging, I asked everybody else, "What can I think we have gone over this, but it feels like years at this point. What can you do?"
That is the weirdest in-character way of doing this ever.
It's the only way to do this. While somebody gets us food, they don't get to tell us what they do, but everybody else does. Especially if we all stuck together in this weird prophecy. So I don't think.
So what does
leaving
everybody
is
do?
gonna-
Well,
Or- Go ahead.
I'll take out my little bent fork. I've got a fork, and the tines on either side are like bent down and out. And I'd be like, okay, so do you know why utensils get stuck together? You're not supposed to laugh yet.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know where it's going yet.
I'm incredibly intrigued.
So am I. So am I.
Continue.
I didn't know you.
I don't know. But please do explain.
It only happens when they're spooning.
Oh, God.
And I'll cast hideous laughter at
On me?
Trisha.
God damn it! What saving that
No
intelligence?
For
PvP.
wisdom. He asked what I could do.
Oh, okay.
It's not
Okay,
damage.
All right,
It's
that's
not
true.
damage.
Yeah. It isn't damaging, so yeah,
No, it's not damage.
that's true. Go ahead and make it. What is it? A save
Like a
versus
wisdom.
DC
Yeah,
what?
wisdom save 15.
DC 15.
That's true.
I hate everything.
Okay, you fall down laughing because you think it's so hilarious. And then I fall down laughing at you laughing, and I
I
break my
get it.
concentration, so you're no longer prone.
I get it, because they're silverware. Oh, I was like, please don't do that ever again.
Oh gosh.
You asked what I could do.
She thought a demonstration was in order. It's the most effective way to quickly show you what she can do.
Exactly.
Well, apparently I'm the target. I'm target practice for anything that you can do. Who's next?
Who's next?
You're the target.
I don't think you want to know what I can do.
Come at me.
Dell does not come at you with his full force and start casting spells at you.
I can take it.
But why not?
Okay,
Oh,
I pull
I pound my hammer. I can take it. Let's go.
my
Alright.
great sword out.
As he says that he can take it,
oh god.
I start by I guess you're not attacking, so I can't use that.
You can attack to subdue, I suppose, if you want.
But I am going to, cause why not? We'll show you what I can do.
It's not PvP if he's willing.
I consent to violence. It's the only answer.
Yeah,
No.
no, that might actually kill
Remember,
you.
children, violence is not the answer. It's a question, and the answer is always yes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use any of my powers on you, cause it legit might just KO you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, is knock him out at least,
Well-
right?
Yeah.
Just call your firebolt non-lethal.
Right.
Well, I wasn't even gonna do that. I don't have firebolt. I was gonna.
I know, it's an example.
Hit me with the guiding bolts and the inflict wounds. I
If
can
you
take
really
it.
want to know, I pull out my holy symbol and present it. Are you considered hostile right now?
No.
If it makes the spell work.
Okay,
I
so
flip you
so
off.
wait. So Del pulls out his holy symbol. He says, "If you really want to know," and he pulls out his holy symbol and brandishes it forward, and it sparkles a little in the sunlight.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
give me religion?
And then that's pretty much what Del can do at this point.
If I use Radiance of the Dawn, it does a little bit more than that.
Probably, yeah. But I just meant as far as like what you could do without, killing him.
Yeah.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
Have you
pull out
ever
my
met
great-
a cleric of
pull out my
light
great
before?
sword And my sharpening stone and start sharpening my weapon.
There you go.
Have you ever come toe to toe with a cleric of light?
I come with clerics of moons in the night.
Almanator, they light the darkness and burn out plagues. So that's what I can do. Really, if we come up against something, I'll show you what I can do.
No, by all means.
He's a real fire and brimstone kind of guy, huh?
Oh yeah. Del is a cleric, I say with finger quotes.
He's a Southern Baptist cleric.
He's like a Spanish Inquisition cleric.
Oh,
People
even better. Nobody expected that.
Yeah.
I thought those were paladins.
Right?
Paladins have a different.
Templar, yeah, Templar paladin, kind of ish.
I go up to Del. I go to.
Della is kind of like a Templar, kind of in a way, right? Like, I mean,
A little bit, yeah.
I walk up to Del. By all means. Show me that flame.
All right. Since you asked for it, Del pulls out his holy symbol. Everybody else might want to
Oh
back
yeah,
up.
I definitely put down the prim bag. before
I
walking
know.
up to
I'm
Del.
gonna eat out of the bag.
Yeah, Prim, get total cover so that you are not
Yeah.
affected.
I will pull the
Um,
bag over my head.
And
maybe we
make a
should call
Constitution saving throw as this brilliant, radiant light emits in 30 feet diameter from around me. Okay,
18.
well you're only going to take half damage then.
well, that's good. How much is the damage on that anyway?
Uh,
3d6 or something?
Let's see. Is it roll?
At least it's not guiding bolt, man. I have actually had first session of a campaign. I had somebody KO somebody with a knock out an ogre with a guiding bolt.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I don't do that.
They crit on it.
But yeah, I harness the sunlight, banishing darkness. So if you have any sort of like light dimming effects around you, those end, and you take 9 points of searing radiant damage.
So
Ooh.
is that half then? Afterwards?
Are you?
So,
are
so
you?
you would have that, yeah. So you would take 5.
Yeah.
I would take
So
2.
then you take 2.
I am
Yep.
resistant. I'm resistant to radiant.
Well, that's good for you then.
I see there's like a little scratch. All right.
So basically you kind of have like a little bit of maybe steam or smoke coming off you now, but you're all good basically. Well, not all good, but a little bruised, little scorched,
singes.
singed. That's the word I was looking for.
All right. we can-
Everything within 30 feet around me looks like it's been scorched by the sun.
Number 3, that looks perfectly fine.
That's but a taste.
All right.
All right. Next in line.
He was sharpening his sword. That's what he showed you could do.
I'm gonna drop this in the Roll20 chat just for your background information, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put that there because that is my background.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Excellent. I love that one.
So you also have a real good not concept,
Oh, that's good.
but you have a good command of like looking at this map that she gave you. You know, like
Yeah.
you have a really good idea of where where everything is located according to the map and according to actual land. So
Yep. Yeah. Based off the terrain we've covered, the maps we've seen, I've got a good idea of like where settlements might be, easiest paths of least resistance, those sort of things.
okay, cool. Yeah. And you do notice that as you guys are going to the next village, the paths are well worn, so you know that you're fairly certain that these villages have travel between them a lot.
Yeah.
And of course Mabari is with you because he's from the original village, but he goes with you guys, and you guys it only takes you probably, like I said, 30-40 minutes to truck it over there.
Right.
Even just walking at a normal semi-brisk pace. I know
We get there and we find the elder and hopefully their mother too.
I feel slighted by getting disregarded and not getting attacked.
Do you say that out loud?
Well, I've been continuously asking everybody else, what can they do?
Okay.
Is Scott back
How?
yet?
Maybe
Oh,
I
Scott
will-
is back.
who
Okay.
knows?
Yep.
I will
Yep.
tell you what
I think
can
Scott
do.
was AFK when you said, "What can you do?"
Very likely. Yeah, no, Scott was definitely AFK. No, I've
Yeah.
been asking everybody, and I told them to come at me with what they got.
I will show you what I can do.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. A cast comes over and he goes, "My friend," and he puts his hand on like your shoulder and goes, we should be allies and not hurt each other." And as my hand's on him, I'm gonna cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
Second level, but you're level 2. How do
He's
you have
already
Well, at
down
first-
2 hit points, by the way.
Oh, okay. At 1st level, sorry.
Okay,
Alright,
make,
let me
make
take that breath weapon first.
Yeah, we're not trying to kill him per se.
No,
You know,
dexterity
Per
thing.
se.
not unless
17.
someone can heal him back
Okay.
up.
Right.
3? Alright. Cool, excellent.
Del could probably heal him, but I don't know that he's that kind of cleric. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, inflict
Bill
wounds
is
me.
not that kind of cleric.
Inflict
I don't have
Wounds.
cure wounds
Yeah.
prepared.
So that's a 20 to hit,
That will hit.
Damn.
and 15 necrotic damage pulses through your body.
Oh gosh.
Rounded down to 7, because I'm also resistant to necrotic.
Bill, how many hit points do you have?
So
Total,
7. So
I'm not
seven,
even at half.
7.
Okay.
7. So 9 damage altogether is what he's taking.
Oh, right. Okay, cool.
I know you only affected him, but Prim's gonna hide in the bag again.
So are you gonna do? So is Deliora now? Deliora Akuma has 2 heads. This is a 2-headed dragonborn. Do you want to? Were you going to do Deliora's breath weapon, or were you going to do Akuma's breath weapon? And are you going to actually do it at Trisha? I don't
So
think
all
you
that
should do
happens-
that. I don't think you can do non-lethal damage that way.
That's fine. While all that happens, I second wind and I healing hands myself back to almost full.
Okay, there you go.
Is that capable enough for you, my friend?
I merely wanted to know what everyone could do. Because we're gonna fight. There's monsters in the sea. Sorry, creatures in the sea. There's creatures that can eat us in the land. And there's probably also creatures that can eat us in the air. I point at all my weapons. This is what I can do. That is all.
Well, I know some magics. I can stop people from dying. And I'm pretty good with my crossbow.
That is also very useful.
Ooh,
Yes.
ooh! I have a crossbow too. I'll take out my big crossbow.
They do come that small. Damn.
Yeah. Well, I made it myself.
Ah, excellent.
I haven't fired it yet, though. I don't know how well it works.
There's a lot of things that I remember doing that I cannot do now. But hopefully, as we brush the rust off of being dead for 100 years, I might be able to do something. So I'll do more than just hit pimples with sticks. And occasionally my fist.
If it gets to the point I'm hitting people with my fists, we are in trouble.
But I appreciate everyone for sharing your capabilities.
Okay, and as you guys are as you guys finish getting to the village, you guys also see some flying creatures that look a lot like that.
I called that in, the stream chat. I put 2 dinosaur heads. It's like, this is gonna be Dinosaur Island, I knew it.
It's the Lost World. It's
Nice.
Jurassic Park Site F.
Do they look
Grim,
like
you might not want to fly too high with those around.
Yeah. Do they look like
I-
they see us?
Yeah, I was about to say.
They you don't see how they couldn't.
Okay,
Let's
but
put it
they're
that
are
way.
they?
They don't seem
Are
like
they-
they're coming towards you or anything. They're just kind of flying up in the air, and they are kind of flying closer than the ones you've seen. Because they're they seem like they're fishing. They're flying over the water and then diving down into the water, and coming back up with fish and stuff.
Gotcha.
Well, are we finding a boat?
Or maybe we could ride one of those.
Nope. Not doing that.
Nope, not doing that.
That is fair. I was just checking my whimsy.
Yeah, the ones you see actually you probably could not ride because they're not probably not because they're not quite big enough. But Prim could.
I don't need to.
She's small enough, but
Okay, so we
Let's
got
check
to
it.
the
They got a boat.
that we can borrow.
Okay, yeah, and you do see boats, like at the water's edge. They're basically like smaller canoe type boats.
Could we all fit in one boat, or would we have to take several boats?
You would probably
There's
normally.
4 of them.
I was gonna say you would probably normally have to take 2, like each.
Mm-hmm.
Or not each, but 2 each. No. So yes,
Two-
you have to
two-
split
two
yourself
to one.
between. You have to split yourself between 2 boats and use them as skis. No. People can fit in one boat is what I'm trying to say. But there is one that is a longer one that will probably fit more of you. There's 5 of you now, correct?
Well, there's 4 in a.
4 in a
Fit.
ferry? Yeah. So it should fit all of you. It should fit all of you and Mabari. It should fit 5 people.
Okay, so I
And Prim can
point
kind of
to
fit
the-
anywhere just about, right? Pretty much. I mean,
New fighter maneuver. Pocket ferry.
forget pocket sand, fairy dust. Wow.
I have pocket sand. I'll pull out a little bag of sand.
There's
I got like all these random things that I keep pulling. I got this too. I got this too. I got one of those.
Will you have a dagger?
Ooh, I'll pull out a dagger.
hey, tell me about your trinket.
Which one?
Oh, okay. I guess you wouldn't just tell me.
the
about
real
it.
power move.
But the one,
Which one?
isn't there? Don't you have like a teacup or something? That's
I do. I'll bring it up at dinner time or something.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Okay. All right.
I'm just bringing stuff up as it becomes relevant.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Is
all
it a
right.
teacup
That's fair.
relevant to your size or an actual teacup? So
I think
basically,
everything
you
would be
can-
my size because it fits in my backpack.
Makes sense.
so it's a thimble to us.
Pretty much. It's legit what it actually looks like though when we get there.
All right. So, what was I gonna say? So when you talk to the tribes people there, they're more than willing to lend you a boat. They say, don't go out past the islets. Don't go out past the keys. And they say, and be wary once you get out, close to the other keys, like, the open, more open water. The closer you get to the open water, the more wary you should be, essentially. And they say that there's great fishing around there, and they actually loan you guys some fishing equipment, like some nets and some lines and with hooks, and and basically the way that they do these things is they just kind of like lower a line into the water and have it wrapped around their hand kind of thing and wait for something to bite kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so you're gonna just head over to that one of the islands. This one here to the south. Let me see if I can get it on the map. Yeah. Okay. So this one here to the south is the one where they said the speakers of the dead were.
Sort of like that is what I was thinking, Brian. So it's trying to stay as close to land as possible, not going out in the
Yeah.
open
Okay.
water.
I have a plan. If you're watching the stream or at Roll20, I have a plan.
Okay.
Okay,
Ah.
I got it. As soon as I let go of the mouse, it's just gonna do it though.
Yep. Was
So
that the
what do you guys think about? There, is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, what do you think about this?
Carry on.
Oh, did it do it?
Yeah, he's
it is.
doing
It's
it.
doing it right now, but and then back. Oh, okay. For that, all the way back is that route back too, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I gotcha.
Oh, there it is. Let's see it.
So that it's the shortest distance between the little islands, and it's
Mhm.
staying in the bay or whatever this would be.
Key.
The key.
Yeah, the key is the what do they call those shoals? I guess like between the where
This-
the land comes up under the water, kind of thing.
This will likely take us the better part of the day, probably more than a day, but it's actually the most sensible course of action. I'm impressed and confused at the same time.
Well done, little fairy.
She's mapped out your thing. I can picture Prim doing that with like some sort of like little twinkly prestidigitation type of thing on the map itself. Like, oh, this is how we should go.
He throws the pocket sand in the air and it becomes a map.
Yeah.
Well, no, my little minor illusion, drawing little people walking.
Oh, there you go.
But I have to do another minor illusion every time they walk, so it's like stop motion.
Now, is it a little person or like a human, or is it a little Prim? Like it's
It's
a
a-
little fairy
it's a-
walking,
Dick man.
little stick man. Okay, there you go. Nice.
That is Prim's drawing ability as a stick man.
Yeah.
So it's like bloop 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 bloop
All right,
bloop
one
bloop.
second.
Yeah, Akas is up for that. Second route in the water, he throws a line down.
Okay.
He's going to try and catch a fish or several to give to the village for letting them borrow the boat, sort of thing.
So you guys are the first island is this one you're heading to, and you guys are kind of going along the shoreline, basically, or kinda
Yeah,
up-
unless
up-
the forest seems very safe.
like kind of going like something along like the shoreline here, this like that kind of thing.
Yeah, it was hard to do with.
Yeah, yeah.
Wouldn't let me do the alt thing.
True. Okay, so you guys make it to the other that village there. Oh, you know what? I should probably do a. So that village you just left was called Asi.
Yes, I see.
Asi.
See?
And
I see.
and the village that you just came to is Waburo.
Okay. Did we catch any fish on our short?
Make your survival check.
I will
you do
assist.
see lots of fish, so you can make your survival check at advantage even.
Oh, okay. Then I will not assist.
Does-
9.
As good as the fish seem to be aplenty, you seem to be terrible at fishing today.
Mhm.
Does my wanderer background ability help us out at all?
You could make a survival check at advantage.
All right, let's do that then. Get some fish.
Yeah. I think I want to try to fish too.
I'll grab a spear and try to spearfish.
Oh, nice.
Advantage and survival.
There you go.
Amazing.
Del, you caught some fish probably.
Dell's kind of like, I think the net's the way to go, and he's like just dragging the net through the water. At this point.
I just
Gets about 10
announced.
fish.
aside from burning anything, Dell's the best
Oh,
food
no.
collector.
Delior's having about as much luck as Akas.
Akash gets a bite, but it breaks the line.
And probably Akuma is kind of arguing with Deliora, kind of like, no, that's not the way you do it, and probably it contributes to more problems than help.
Spear's the way to go.
And
found out.
Trisha is very much getting a couple fish on a spear there. So yeah, maybe even a
Del-
couple at a time.
We're eating
Nope.
good tonight.
They'll take the good, like 8-9 inch fish, just takes the cigar out of his mouth and just with his pointy teeth just rips a chunk out and eats it raw. Scales and all.
That's pretty metal,
And wriggling.
but seems unhealthy.
It's pretty metal.
Akash just looks like nodding approvingly and waits till no one's looking and then just like snake unhinges his jaw and swallows one.
And Mabari looks on approvingly.
Can I take my dagger and cut a little chunk out of one
Sure.
and put it on the end of my dagger
Sure.
and go up to Dell and ask if I can use his cigar to cook my little a fish.
Oh, sure. And he just starts like doing like the real quick like puffing. So you're gonna get it cooked with a lot of smoke as well.
Seasoned.
Good
Yeah.
smoked
Go
Okay.
fat fish.
Smoked
I
fish.
declare Prim the smartest member of the party.
For about doing this for a minute, Dell just starts racking coughs, like just destroyed with coughing.
I hope it's good.
Good thing
Thank
that's
you
a
very
small
much.
piece. You're welcome.
Oh gosh.
Takes another bite of fish to soothe his throat.
I'm gonna sit down and use my little bent fork and my little dagger and cut it up and eat it little piece by piece.
How long do those cigars last?
I don't smoke the whole thing all at once, but if any of these tribes are selling tobacco, I might need to buy some. I think I did get some tobacco at the first village we were at.
Yes, I've been rolling you cigars, my friend. He passes you like a little leather pouch with three cigars rolled from your tobacco.
We've been reduced to common hoodlums. This is great.
Del gives Akas a like very appreciative like nod, and just puts one in his personal case that he keeps, and then packs the other ones in his bag.
I've made more, but I'm keeping them.
I just put a note in the if anybody wants to add it to session notes or campaign notes or whatever. I just put a note in there about the lady, the one where the wise old lady was at the chieftain's mother.
Thanks.
Get an echo somewhere. But anyways, that was Orma. That was the name of the village. The newest Roll20 chat does not show on the stream. Oh no. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. You mean the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll show up. It'll go up the screen eventually. Here, let me fix that. If I can here.
It's covered by the Twitch chat.
Go up. Let's see if I can fix it real quick.
Down Twitch chat.
That's
We're
more
up
anyway.
When we get to that village, they're gonna love us because we've got like how many fish?
About 14 so far.
And then we ate 3.
Deliora is gonna eat one too.
So good. So the good 10 of them then, anyways. And they vary in size, but they're all pretty good size. They're all like not. They're all keepers essentially. Like
Like the ocean hasn't been overfished.
Yeah, like 8 to 10 inches or bigger.
Is
Not
if Deliora is eating a fish, is Akuma also eating a fish?
Probably.
Yes and no, or no and yes, depending. Okay, that should fix it. But yeah. I think if Deliora eats anything, I think Akuma automatically is eating it, right? I mean, kind of. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Stomach wise,
They
yeah.
they do pretty much share the
health-wise-
same. I was gonna say they do pretty much share the same stomach. So I mean,
I assume that it's
Do
very
they?
much like an Eton thing where, like, it will sustain them, but it's not like
satisfying or whatever.
yeah.
Right. So what would you think there, John? Would you think Akuma would probably eat a fish too, right? Maybe.
Yeah, they'd probably both eat one.
Okay. So 9 then, not 10. I mean, you guys could always fish more on the way there. But okay, so you guys get to that village, and are you guys going to basically go in there and kind of ask similar questions, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Just sort of the same ballpark questions like, hey, what information do you have about us, if at all any? Do you have any?
Do you have about the other side of the wall?
Yeah.
You have the full text of the prophecy.
Maybe start with hi. These are the heroes that got dug up out of the statues.
Do you have the full Monty?
They don't.
How long will we last if we pass by the walls? It's like 5 minutes before we get in.
Yeah,
and
that's
a
a
scroll.
good
It looks
question.
more delicious, so we use them as sacrifice.
That would probably be you because you're like the tankiest out of all of us.
Yeah, they also said, they essentially say that you know, they don't know that anybody remembers the full prophecy, you know, as it's, you know, been a while or whatever, but you know, they kind of recite as much as they can remember of the prophecy, and basically, you know, it's just kind of in a way same old what you've already heard about these, you know, these 8 heroes and coming to save the lands, you know, and you know, how they were the heroes of the Bloodstone Wars, and they would rise again, and in a time of great need to you know, once again save the land from a great evil. However, in this village, they do believe that the prophecy, or that they believe that what the great evil is that you're going to save them from is the Night Serpent, something called the Night Serpent.
Hey, look at that, uncovering plot.
Plot!
With my background, Martin, would I know anything of the Night Serpent?
You could. What was your background? Oh, yes. Oh, would you know? Yeah. Because you're, you mean because you're a Yuan-Ti? Yes, you would know. You would have heard things about the Night Serpent for sure. Hang on one second. Go ahead and make a history check,
Sure.
or a
History or religion?
history or religion, either one.
I'm gonna go religion because it's slightly better.
Whichever one works better for you. Yes.
17.
Okay, well, you know that among the Yuan-Ti that there is a place called the Fane of the Night Serpent. And it is in Chult, which is where I believe Disguisa had figured out that where you guys were. It was somewhere in Chult. And he had, you know, and I believe that some of the natives have told you that you were in Chult. It is in the main peninsula of Chult, or in the Chultan region. Um, but it is essentially below the surface. You know, it's underground, and it is sought to bring back the night serpent, and you know the night serpent's name. Also, the night serpent is an elder deity, worshipped by Yanti, and it is known as Dendar.
Dendar. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Cass would share that. He'd be like, "Yes."
You even know a small like a small child's like rhyme about Dendar. Are you gonna share? Are you gonna share the rhyme?
Sure. What's the rhyme?
Okay, I'm gonna have you read it. How's that sound?
Sure.
Okay, so this is in the chat.
In Shore's domain of night I rest, so dreams may show me how I'm blessed. The screams of terror break my sleep, then Dendar's sunk her fangs too deep.
Well, that doesn't sound
That's not
Cheery,
on the
right?
net at all.
Cheery.
terrible.
We'll be perfectly fine.
Well, I don't mean to be an ass, but I'm good. Snakes don't often eat snakes.
But they do eat their own tail. Oh, no, you're just kidding. Sorry.
Yeah, and when he says that, he pulls out a necklace that's got like 2 coiled snakes.
Okay.
But
you know that's gonna come up on the Twitch chat now, right, John? John says, "Be right back. Going to the bathroom." But he GM whispered it to me. But it's gonna come up on the Twitch chat because I'm the one recording the Twitch chat. So
Billy or randomly. leaves
everyone,
the-
it's a bio break time. Does everybody else need a bio break? Well, do you want to take 5? Yeah. Okay. Let's do that. Let's take 5 then. Seems like a good idea.
Seems
I
what I
tried to
want.
whisper it to you.
All right. So we're going to AFK bio break. And we're back. Dark purple fairy. Yep.
Now, Akas wants to very carefully travel to this second village after we finish this one. But Scott wants to just travel straight across that open water to see what attacks us.
We might
Well,
catch
if
bigger
you-
fish.
If you bring that up, then maybe. Why doesn't it let me alt? Anyways, maybe we could do this.
Where are you from, Akas? Where is Akas from, Scott? You know?
Not much farther north than where we are.
Okay, so you are from Chult, then.
Yeah, I'm from Chol, but
Then you would
the
also.
more northern end.
Okay, then also from being from Chult, you would also know about a deity or a god known as Ubtao or Ubtao. Ubtao.
Yep.
And Ubtao is known as the father of the dinosaurs,
Mhm.
The creator of Chult, the founder of Mesro, the Deceiver, different things like that. But you know that worshippers of Ubtao also call Dendar the Night Serpent the Eater of the World, and they believe that she lives beneath the peaks of flame and will one day emerge through a gigantic iron door to devour the sun if Ubtao fails his duty when the end times come. So sort of a bringing about Ragnarok type of thing, you know?
Yeah. She's basically Alduin from Skyrim.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say, I don't know, I'm not familiar with that. Now you just ruined the whole game for me. Thanks for spoiling it. Only 33 years later. Anyway, but no.
Does
Henry.
a cast share the knowledge or just think about it?
That's what.
Just so that if do we then know it or do we not know it yet?
I don't think he shares it in explicit detail, but he basically just kind of goes, "Night Serpent is not good with the dinosaur god.
Hmm.
Think calamity style things."
It'd be hard to imagine a calamity considering I've never been in one.
Hmm.
But I think I get what you mean.
Imagine being a cockroach while giants fight above you.
Why would I want to be a cockroach while giants fight above me?
So,
You would-
At least if I'm a cockroach, I will survive.
also, from your religion check there, you know that he would probably explain to you that a little bit about Dendar, maybe, and Dendar. You know, I mean, would you explain to them a little bit about Dendar, or?
Yeah, he
Okay.
kind of explained that it's some seriously bad juju.
Okay, yeah, and basically he would know from kind of young children's stories or just religious stories about Dendar, that she was thought to have been created when the first mortal dream occurred,
Mm-hmm.
and she devoured the nightmares of the living. So, among the Yuan-Ti, she's considered to be a neutral to good thing, because it's sort of like, hey, you don't want to have nightmares, you want to have somebody devour them for you.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. What's wrong with somebody that devours nightmares?
However,
Yeah.
it is also thought that among more humans of Chult, that she is more the cause of these nightmares, so she can feed off them. That's kind of more their
Yeah,
take on it.
she's up for scaring you so she can eat.
Yep. So
There's nothing wrong with self-sustenance.
Prim will make a comment that sounds like Effie and the Sleeping Ones. And everyone's like,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Huh?
Pardon?
Hey,
Sure.
Is that a fairy thing?
eh.
well, there's one more thing to ask later.
All right. So you guys, you guys going to ask anything specific at this village that
Is there any legends on this island of weapons that could maybe be used to hinder this happening?
Did we go to the other village already?
What do you mean? The one you're at?
Like, there was talk about moving to the other village. Are we still in the same one, or have we moved yet?
Still in the
We're
same
still in the same one.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, still in the same one. But that was they say that there's believed to be beyond the wall that there's believed to be a great vast treasure at the central plateau.
And that's what we read from the notes of the captain.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Well, I say we arm ourselves with a little bit more knowledge before we cross that wall.
And of course, like probably some of the tribe members, you know, when you're talking to them and they're explaining about the great vast treasure, probably some of the other tribe members are saying there is nothing beyond the wall but pain and suffering. You know, or there's nothing beyond the wall but Phanatons and death. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
I don't like
cast
this
turns to
dichotomy.
those. The cast turns to the naysayers and goes,
maybe if you
For
were
some.
Costa, you know.
"Yeah." He turns to like the naysayers and he goes, "For some, pain and death is a treasure."
This got dark real fast.
He's just trying to keep
I don't-
the
And
naysayers at bay.
this dichotomy of either monsters or flying raccoon monkeys is very interesting. This island is interesting.
I wonder what tastes better.
Flying raccoon
Please
monkeys.
please do not kill the friendly flying raccoon monkeys. They're so
No.
far the only weird thing that likes us.
You don't know that.
You're gonna put up a sign that says "Do not feed the Eonti."
I will take out a piece of wood. No.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go to that other village where the Speakers of the Dead are then?
Yeah,
Yeah.
ideally.
Are we going open water, or are we going in island hopping?
I think we're taking the scenic route to not go into open water.
Well, this is, I mean, this right here, that going along this way is still not technically like what I would consider open water, but yeah.
The great gods
Like
of fate.
open
said
water is
other-
if you go out this way. You could
Oh,
go this
yeah.
way and you could go
Oh.
open water that way.
The scenic route is the dangerous route. Never mind.
Yeah. Akas doesn't care. He's
Here we go.
gonna try fishing again.
You guys
So.
should go this way. I think you guys should go this way. So, this way.
Who's rowing? I guess it would be me. I'm the. I have high speed.
Mabari probably. He's probably the best at it.
Oh, I'll help him out. If there's a second spot, I'll help him out. Otherwise, he's low key a servant, and
Yeah,
I'm not
and
particularly for this.
are you guys going to fish more on the way to
Yeah.
the other
Yep.
islands?
Yeah. Yeah. That way we have fish to trade or give for generosity.
Yeah.
Are we still at advantage, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got a 13 this time.
Yep, you're still at advantage.
Hey, I got a 13 this time too.
All right.
And with the net,
Dell still got a 24 with
Dell
the
is definitely the food provider of the group.
Trisha, you'd still be at advantage too, right?
I did it. I do it in through beyond, so
okay.
it only shows
Yeah,
the
okay,
highest
that's right.
one.
Oh yeah, 20d20. Okay, 2d20. I see. It says keep highest one. Okay. All right. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here we'll do this real quick for maybe Mabari can help. There
Can
we go.
Prim have asked for a little piece of leather or like woven animal fiber or something from the last village?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
you
then
can
on
get
the
something
trip, she's gonna be trying to fashion a little like tricorn.
like that. Okay. Okay.
And when it's done, she'll put it on her head and stand up and point like, "We're going in this direction."
crossing the
and-
Delaware.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
Akas looks at you and tries to hide a smile. He's like,
I know one thing for sure. This may not be the most safest of journeys,
Okay. So 1, 2,
but it's gonna be hella interesting.
5. So 5 plus 6 is 11.
We'll hit a tiny little bump that's a huge bump for me, and I'll be like, "Button down the hatches."
Trim the tail.
Okay. So you guys in all catch 29 more fish.
that's a lot of fish.
Wow.
Yeah, between,
Yeah.
between the net and the fishing, and I mean it is a longer distance between the two islands too, so you know, get a little bit more fishing time in there.
Well, we're also warmed up, so now we fish good.
Yep. And it's you know, like by the time you get to the next island, it's getting to be around midday, I guess, probably like, or a little bit like at noon or afternoon, like that.
All
So-
right.
So you get to that island, and Mabari introduces you, and you know, and says that,
Kind of-
and a lot of people come and check you out, like you know, they like some of the people come and check you guys out, like they can't believe what they're seeing, and they are very either skeptical or in awe, kind of thing, you know.
I'll introduce them as the
We brought
awoken
fish.
heroes are here, and we brought fish.
We brought fish, yeah. And then they're really in awe because you know, like even the skeptics are you know less skeptical now. You know, like they're more in awe because of the fish. You know, so
Especially when that's my background trait.
Being skeptical.
Yeah.
yeah. How did you guess?
Being liked.
Far traveler.
Yeah. Cass just doles out, starts doling out the fish and trying to make friends with people.
I surmise that when a bunch of humans see a guy made of that seems to be made of stars, that's never. Who's also beat up.
Well, are you? I was gonna say, are you always look? Do you mostly always look like you're the made of stars thing, or do you look? Like
No, I
semi-normal?
look less starry in the morning.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you look semi-normal in the day?
It goes with the. I just look interesting like dark purple.
Right. Okay.
Maybe with a dot or two. It's like it's a condition. They're freckles.
All right.
Seeing you purple during the day and looking at the purple fairy, I'm just kind of like, are you two related?
No, they're royalty.
What color gem dragon is?
No, they're royalty.
Gloria?
I like that
An
answer.
amethyst. John is amethyst.
Yes, he is. Yeah, so he's got the purple dragon too. Yeah.
Yep.
looking at all the purple, going. I
Where
don't
I'm
like
from,
it.
where I'm from, purple's the color of nobility. So maybe we're cool and noble. I'm not cool. I'm not noble.
Well, purple is the
We're all
best,
just a bunch of
color after all.
purple beef leaders.
This is true, but maybe it's not true in the Forgotten Realms. So I have to make it canon.
Does a cast have any headwear or anything?
He does, yes. He has a circlet.
Okay. Can I minor illusion that it turns purple? So a cast can't see it?
Sure.
Okay.
But
Okay, but you realize the second the boat moves 5 feet away, it'll no longer be purple.
I can put it on something.
Oh yeah.
Can I anchor it to the circlet?
sure, why not?
Okay.
And if not, you could.
Or-
if you could press the digitation, probably could change the color or something like that. You know.
As if you want to give me another cantrip, that works too.
Thaumaturgy, druidcraft, something along those lines.
Yeah, well I have Druidcraft.
Yeah.
There you go.
You could druid craft flowers on my
It
circlet.
smells like lilacs.
Yeah, between Druidcraft and Minor Illusion, it could look purple and smell purple.
There you go.
About 5 minutes in, the cast goes, "Who smells flowers?"
All right, so when you guys get to the other village and get introduced and stuff, you guys, like they're all happy to see you brought a bounty of fish. So you've got
We bring gifts.
38 fish total that you guys didn't eat. 38 fish and the better part of one fish that Prim cut a little tiny piece out of. Which is
I'd assume someone would eat the rest of it.
right. So I guess it's still really actually 39 fish then, because
Yeah.
She
I
would've
thought
ate
you
a
would
whole
have taken it
fish.
from the one that I took the bite out of.
Right, she wouldn't ate the whole fish, so yeah. Anyway, so at this village, this village is what is this village? Okay, this village is called Ebenutop. And it is kind of a little bit stranger than the other villages as far as like it seems quieter somehow. And everybody in the village itself seems quieter and more also more inquisitive, more curious.
Right.
But they don't ask questions. They just kind of like are studying you.
I hiss and show them my fangs.
You see them. They're all like talking amongst themselves really quiet and one of them says, "Can I touch them? Can I touch them?"
Sure.
Okay, so he comes over, touches your fangs, and then he says something to his buddy, one of the other villagers, and they're all very interested in who and what you guys are and do and look like and such. Like they're just really intrigued because you take it they don't get outsiders much. As far as the far south goes, this is the farthest south of the far south islands of this, and they don't get visitors much, so.
I think there's one further south, all the way over here.
Yeah, I don't think that's a village. There's no village.
Brian,
I think you mentioned this earlier. Are we south of mainland Schultz, or are
Yes.
we north of mainland?
South,
Okay,
yep.
okay, that's what I thought.
When they were all finished staring at us, Akash just goes, "We need to speak with your most proficient speaker with the dead."
Okay. They take you to one of the huts that's in the Turtle clan area, the southernmost area, and it's fairly dark in there. Obviously people have dark vision. It's not too bad, but it's fairly dark in there. And it is got a incense burning, and there's all kinds of bones scattered about, and there's a couple torches, but essentially it seems a little darker in here than it would normally seem for being this time of day.
Right.
And they introduce you to what looks like a medicine lady or a witch doctor type lady, some kind of shaman,
She'll tell us what to do.
and she says, questions you have, what do you ask? She's Yoda apparently, but
When you said witch doctor, I had to fight to stay quiet because all I could hear in my head was, "I told the witch doctor."
Yeah,
I
that
was
kind of
an
witch doctor.
ugly."
Yeah, that one.
Yep, yep.
It's gonna tell you who to match. That's
Akash just looks at everyone and goes, "Shall I ask?"
By all means.
That's why we're here.
We are looking to talk with someone that is potentially long since dead to learn more about ourselves and what aid or quest that you wish us to be on.
Why have we returned?
That too.
Where are the others?
the others. What? Oh, the other. Okay, yeah, the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha. It took me a second. I'm slow on the uptake. She introduces herself as Utala. Utala is the speaker of the dead, and she says that she will try to summon someone of old to speak with her, and and try to receive answers for you.
What is the prophecy?
She says one moment, and she kind of waves smudges some incense around, and she closes her eyes, and then she opens them, and she says the prophecy is what is foretold but has yet to be written.
What is foretold but yet to be written?
Quick, someone get me some ink.
That's just some nonsense.
Rim's sitting there with her book and quill.
She says, long dead have you been, but newly born are you now. She says, you will go forth, and you shall seek your destiny when it has already been upon you.
Our destiny is already upon us, but we have to go get it.
She says, you would know better than I.
What
Is that
about
'cause
what about the missing people?
She says, grave robbers. They have been taken. She says, they are still around, I believe.
Could you try talking to one if they're dead?
She says, I can only talk to the dead that I have contact with, or that choose to talk to me. She says I don't I don't have a way to contact them.
Do you know what they look like or anything about them?
She says, no, she says, one moment, and she says, she whispers something in like, her native tongue, and she said, you can tell she's asking some sort of question, and then she says, their forms always appear clouded.
I don't know if I like that. There may be two people on this island that blame us for something.
She says, perhaps their forms have not been chosen yet.
Okay. Is there any locations that you know of on the island that would have aided us in surviving over the wall?
She kind of laughs, and it's almost like a really funny, hysterical laugh, but it's also kind of a little bit bone-chilling and creepy at the same time. And you don't know if you should laugh with her or be a little creeped out. and she kind of like says, he says, of course you know you will go to the plateau, but you will need things before then. She says, you will need to find your way, and you will need to discover some things to get you to the plateau. She says, there is an item waiting for you at the Fanaton village.
Waiting for us at the Phanatone village.
Phanatons are those flying monkey things, right?
Monkey raccoons, yeah.
Yes, yes. The flying raccoon monkeys, yes.
Raccoon monkeys, yeah.
We need
Kind
to
of sounds
go
like a
to
flying lemur.
Raccoon.
Yeah.
They kind of look like it to you a little bit. Or what's that other little thing that was with King Julian in the in the Madagascar movie? That King Julian was a lemur, but there was another little thing that was with him, and I can't remember what they're like a bush baby. Bush baby? Yeah, like a flying bush baby.
They got weird fingers.
yeah.
Prim, you start to glow with a very faint light.
I'm like, ooh.
As I cast Benediction on you.
What does that do?
Basically, the next time you get hit, you can subtract a d4 from your damage.
How long does that last?
Uh,
A minute? An hour?
yes, up to a minute.
A minute.
Okay. Ooh, sparkly.
Oh,
Oh, that looks good on you.
she says, but if you travel to the west of here, she says, you will get something that will aid you even more so to get to the plateau.
Now looking at the map, is she talking like this far east, or
I mean west?
this far east, or
West.
Or the
Yes,
next
far-
village.
That's west, but yes.
oh, he's the. Oh yeah, god damn it.
You were pointing west and saying east,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
no, this
So-
is west
so
and this
over
is
here.
where you want to go. No, you were right.
Oh,
pointing the right.
the little
You're
island.
pointing the
to
right
our
way,
right.
Scott. You were just saying the
Yeah.
wrong direction.
Yeah.
This is
The-
west, and that's where you want to go is west. So,
Yeah.
so here, either to this island here, or probably this island here, or maybe even further, or up and
Yeah.
up and around this way. You're not really sure. She
Go pick-
didn't.
maybe we should go pick a fight with the octopus.
She
I was
doesn't.
gonna say probably the squid or the octopus.
Yeah, the sea monster. Yeah, that's.
Not a sea monster, sea creature.
Yeah. Well, depends on who you ask. Yeah, but yeah.
Monsters are just myths.
And when you say that, Akas just kind of looks at himself,
She
looks
says.
at you, and goes, "I'm sure humans would have called us monsters at one point."
She says, if you face the Kraken, you will absorb its power, and you will be able to face anything.
I did hear that squid was in season.
Calamari.
Maybe we take the long way around. I don't trust the waters.
She
I would
says,
agree.
why do you not trust the waters? There are plenty of your kind in there.
Ah, yes, I could maybe speak to some of them. Because that's right, everyone. I can talk to snakes and befriend them.
You know, I did not want to make an assumption, but it's kind of rude.
There are plenty of sea snakes.
When we take the boat back to the village that we got it from, I'll see if I can talk to some snakes.
Okay. Okay, so anything else you can ask the speaker?
Hmm.
She has been kind of cryptic, yeah, obviously, but you know, she explains that answers from the dead are not always easily interpreted.
Can you give us any form of description of this great evil that we are supposed to stop?
Does it look like him?
She says,
Pointing to a cast.
She says, you speak of Dendar, the Serpent Mother. She says, no, that is, I'm sure, just myth and legend, but that is also what the prophecy says, so who am I to question it? She says, I believe, though, that the great evil that is rising has already risen.
You believe Dendar is among us?
She says, I believe Dendar has always been among us, but no, that is not the evil of which I speak. She says, I speak of the Lord of the Undead.
Which one?
She says, the one who's had his wand stolen. He is coming back to seek it.
Does anybody have a wand?
Do I look like I have a wand?
I'll check my pockets on my backpack. I then rummage through. I don't think I've got a wand in here.
I do not carry that kind of stick.
Great, so I'm the only one that would have a wand.
Do you have a wand?
I'm never checking my backpack.
Spell casting focus, that's a wand?
Oh no, my spell casting focus is a emerald gem that's on like a chain on my wrist.
Alright, yeah.
Nope, I have no wand. Yeah, Cass just gives her a nod and just turns to everyone and says, "And I think we've learned what we can."
Who is this individual that's lost the wand? It's a great evil. It would
Or
help
do
if we
we
knew a
just
name.
start guessing?
You could guess. I mean, you guys could make
Marcos has
religion
an idea
slash
who
history
it is.
checks.
I know.
Let me see what she.
Like our character knows, not us, Marcos.
It's like Marcos knows, but I
Yeah.
don't want to.
We knows.
I'm like, I hate everything.
I got a 14 on religion.
This is the part of lore that I enjoy.
Okay. So,
I'm not proficient, but can I make a check or something?
well, you can make a religion check or a history check. I mean,
Excellent. Marcos is sad.
Think Prim knows.
Boom! Go with Prim.
there you go, Prim. You're pretty sure that she's talking about the goat horn demon, the Prince of Undeath, the Lord of Specters,
The wand of.
Orcus,
Yes.
The big Chungus.
the big Chungus. Yeah, so you think she's talking about Orcus?
So I describe this. So he kind of looks like me, but he's got horns, and he's really big, but he's red. He's not purple, and he definitely flies, and he's got this cool wand, and I think that's what she's talking about that he lost. He's
I-
really angry. He's
I
not nice.
imagine a small, like a 12-inch prim, but red, male with horns.
Oh, he's a little bit bigger too.
same.
He's a little bit bigger. He's a little bit bigger.
Define bigger, because a lot
And I'll
of things are
fly
bigger
up.
than you.
Do I know how big he would be?
You could guess.
Like in stories or whatnot?
Yeah, you could guess. I mean, like it would be like you would probably fly up, like right around 13 feet at least,
There you go.
if not
Oh,
higher.
he's
you know?
about this big, and I'll hold my hands out on either side about this big. 13 feet up in the air. And then his wings are even taller.
So if we take off his wings, he can't fly.
Yeah, that seems really mean, doesn't
I think
it?
that's the rule for many things.
You just all see a cast start immediately trying to think of ways to ground something with wings.
Hey, I grounded Trisha earlier.
I
I'll
shrink
tell him a
about 10
dad
size.
joke.
Yes, that is definitely what you should do.
If we stop a great evil with a dad joke, this will truly be of legend.
Hmm.
And this is indeed a prophecy. And I'll stop believing all this speculative nonsense.
Yeah, and they say something. She says something about how when you once stopped Orcus, that when you once stopped the Prince of the Undead, that he was merely a demon prince, but now he has since then ascended.
I like this. I like these stories where we did incredible, epic things, but I can do only like 50 push-ups at once.
And she says these stories can only be true if you make them that way.
Or die trying.
I didn't like that add-on.
Yeah, we'll just back that one. Back.
Which part? The die trying?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
I think I need a
better.
better stick.
I think I don't know how many times you can die, so maybe don't test that theory.
We already died once. We don't want to die again.
Exactly. At least once. Who knows?
You've died as well, Fairy?
Well, I've died lots. I just go back to the Feywild. But then my contract, brings me back because I agreed. Me and Akaressa agreed that I would just come back and keep helping her.
Right, and then Prim, you do know from your incredibly high religion / whatever check there, history check there, that is that the whole story that Akaris gave you about the Bloodstone Wars, like that kind of thing, or whatever, and that you find out about the Witch King of Vasa, that the Witch King was one of Orcus's most infamous generals.
Mm-hmm. So I'll pass that knowledge on.
Well, this just keeps getting better.
He was like a servant, kind of like I was a servant, but better, and I think he was pretty powerful too.
Or worse, depending
And
how
there was
you look
something
at it.
about like the cult of the goat or something.
Could be.
Culling the goats? That sounds like a good idea.
Calling the ghosts.
Yeah, something about goats.
Okay. Why don't we return this boat and see how many more fishies we can get?
Here, fishy. Okay, you gonna head back and see if you can get more fish on the way.
Sure, are we going this way?
Didn't we just find out that there's something to the east that we need?
West.
Yeah,
To the west?
through open water,
You're
unless we want to
thinking
go
west,
up past
not
the gate.
east.
Maybe we go talk to the friendly people that have something before we go talk to the unfriendly people that have something.
We should go this way.
If you go that way, that's west. Yes, that is to the west. That's true.
We could
Oh,
check
you
that
mean,
little
you
island
mean
out.
go to that island to the west?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
that-
the dead speaker woman said we need to talk to the Kraken. We need the Kraken's power.
Sorry, I can't help it, guys. This is West. The W means West.
the party's natural enemy, cardinal directions.
It's that or doors, I think.
We haven't encountered a door yet, I think, so we're good.
Or a chair.
Not a chair.
We should go this way to go
Oh, Lord,
take the boat
I,
back.
do I even want to ask about the chair?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, something like that.
Excuse me, what's up with that chair?
There's one more village. Is this where the Watchers or the Protectors or whatever was taking care of their sarcophagi? Is that where they're from? Or should we go to this village too?
You mean the Watchers, the Rakasta Watchers?
Yeah.
No, they're up in that camp thing.
Okay.
There's just
So
a
do we-
few of them in like essentially a small village. It's like basically a camp almost. But yeah, this is another one of the the outlying villages and the tribes.
But
You
yeah,
want
we
to check the last one?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Should I hop over there, or is there a reason to stop on the way,
Nope.
DM?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Are we fishing
Do you
again?
want- yeah, I was gonna say, do you want to make you guys can go ahead and do some survival checks at advantage if you want, and do some fishing if you
Sure.
want.
Were we
No.
able to trade some fish, or
Oh, hey, I got a better.
Yeah, if
fishing.
you want to, you could trade them. I didn't know if you were going to give some away or trade them or what you were going to do.
I get, my
Uh,
fishing gets progressively worse.
yeah, I would have given some of the fish that we caught to
Okay.
the people.
And what do you? I mean, if you want to trade some, what do you want to trade for?
Tobacco.
Tobacco. Okay. There.
Tobacco. If they have gold or jewels or pieces of expensive-looking art,
Ooh, shiny little rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
they
like-
have.
I like
they have
all
some,
those things.
They have some gold. Not any anything. What do you call it? Jewelry. Not any gems type of things really,
yeah.
but lots of like gold type trinkets and stuff, and maybe some small gems in the gold trinkets. You know.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, I'd trade for tobacco, incense, gold.
+3
Uh,
weapon.
The Vorpal blade.
Prim would
They-
just go find her own little rocks on the beach then.
Ace of Annihilation.
Roll me a D100, Ryan.
A D100. Let's see.
Come on, get that 100.
Let's go.
Get 100.
Oops.
He did. He got 100. Look, it's right there. Oh, wait, no, sorry. 57. Okay. Okay. So, one of the things that you find is basically looks like it's crystal. They do have a crystal. It's not a gem. It's some sort of crystal gem, but it looks like a doorknob.
Looks like a doorknob.
Yeah,
Okay.
It looks like a crystal doorknob.
Sure. Cool.
That's for lack of a better, that they're willing to trade for that too. So that, and depending on how much of the like how many fish are you wanting to trade for, gold and such.
We had like what, 30?
Yeah, 38 altogether.
38 altogether.
39, 38, 39.
Yeah, I'll trade like 10 of them, 10 big ones.
Okay.
I'll give my share to whatever couple soldiers are lying around.
Well, they will give you the equivalent of 5 gold pieces worth of, like
Crystal doorknob.
Jewelry, yeah. No, the crystal doorknob is just something that they give you along with this, but they give you 5 gold pieces worth of like bracelets and torques,
Sure.
that kind of thing. Just really kind of rudimentary jewelry, but nice quality. I mean, just kind of, but very very
Simple.
simply made. Yeah.
Perfect.
I'm digging this music, man. Just wanna.
I know, I'm literally just sitting here like.
Okay, so so you guys at that other village there, where oh wait, I only see three survival checks. Okay, did you want to make a survival check for Del too?
Yeah, I can do that. Just normal.
Yeah, or no, at advantage.
Oh. Here we go.
So
Here
we got
go.
an 18,
here we
a 16, a 15, and another 24. Wow.
24.
How many 24s is that now in a row?
That might be 3 24s in a row for
Right?
survival.
It is.
I was gonna say,
You are the survival man.
Survival man. Okay, so one,
I don't
two,
know. The bar's a little higher than that, you guys.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's just vengeful against hunger.
I'm Del the Vengeful Forager.
Del the fisherman.
Okay, you get another 22 fish on the way over to the next village.
Hell, the fisherman.
We are rich in fish. Fish rich.
Good commodity around here.
Yeah. Again,
It
I'll
is.
at least right around a good 10 inches, 8-10 inches, and then bigger. So there's some that are probably like that you catch that are probably right around like I don't know, like 10-pound fish. Okay,
Perfect.
so and then okay, so you guys get to the next village, and Mabari tells you about everybody in Adawa, and it shows you around, and it's very set up basically the same as every other village. Mostly everybody at this point, it's kind of getting closer to mealtime, so like a lot of them have gathered around the central meeting place and sitting on the mound and kind of eating or socializing, and there's people grilling food around there over fires and different things like that. So anything you guys gonna ask here? That's
Same basic questions, I guess.
same stuff.
Yeah.
We offer fish for information. Who has information?
They kind of give you the same information that you've heard, like some of the same information that you heard. However, this was the village where the pale-faced interlopers landed.
Oh. Okay. Good.
And see, they also tell you that some of them were more ruddy or tan like they are, but the majority of them were pale-faced and they don't know the term, but they kind of say they were like scroungy looking, like kind of, and very rough looking, like and they were essentially like very crass, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Well, the way they're describing it, Arcas is thinking pirates.
Alright, that rules out potentially my people going feral. Thank God. Thank the gods.
They point over to. Here, let me zoom out on the map here. So people at home can see. Okay, so they point over to the other part, the southern part of the peninsula here. Here, let me get rid of the north point indicator. Put it down here. Put the compass down here somewhere. So they point over to the other isle, the other part, the southern part of the peninsula, and talk about how there's a volcano, like a volcanic island, just off the coast.
Mm-hmm.
They said that they believe that the pale-faced invaders didn't come from there. They came and they tried to take several items from them, and they believe that they've taken a couple of the women and maybe a couple of the men too. But it was like I said, it was several weeks ago. But since when they left, some of the people were missing, is what they're saying. Like they didn't see them taken, but when they left, some of the people came up missing. And they believe that they're not from that volcanic island or the island, the hilly island to the south of that or anything like that. So, but they do know that they came from that way. So they think that they sailed from around the tip of the peninsula somewhere.
Okay. Looking at the map, I think I know where it is.
They basically intimated that they I mean, you can see quite a distance when you're you might not be able to see 12 miles, but you could see quite a ways, and knowing from the direction that they came from, they don't think that they they don't think they came from the peninsula itself. They think that they came from around the peninsula somewhere.
I'm thinking
like maybe they sailed in from this direction.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that their boat was bigger than any of the boats that they have. And they explain that it's bigger than the boats you guys have too. It had sails and but they explained that it was not as big as some of the ships they have seen out on the water, like in the open water, and not as big as the ship that had come to bring you guys in, or the husk of that ship was what they see, from because they only know that people told them it used to be a ship, but anyway, so but somewhere in between the two.
Yeah. So there's some slaving pirates around here with a nice big boat. Can't be bad.
We might have to go rescue some people. And they're the direction of the Kraken.
Yeah, and you guys could get there by land too, so there's that. I mean,
It's already in the direction that we're going, so I don't see why we wouldn't. Well, with potentially people's lives at stake, do we want to wait for the elder thing, or do we just want to head there?
That's what I was just about to ask. Are we going to be heroes and go save people, and maybe get a free ship?
I like the idea of the ship, and if we fight the squid thing, probably unimaginable power, as Miss Witch Lady said.
Dr. Bush, yeah.
I don't think I want to tangle with a Kraken right now. Not until more of our powers are back. But
Where's the village? Where's the raccoon monkey village?
The Vanaton village is
In
up.
the across the wall, there's a little X over there. Yeah.
That's kind of on the way. If we take land to the Kraken.
Yeah, that's true.
Plot twist: the flying raccoon monkeys are evil, and they want to kill us.
We
Get
can
light.
we can hit the flying raccoon monkeys on the way to the Kraken, and maybe go up a level or two.
Didn't she mention that
Couldn't
there
go
was
up
something
levels.
in that village we would find?
They have
What's the
something
level?
for us.
Yeah.
They have something for us, but also, I don't think a day or so will help these people.
Actually, I think
They were
if I
taken weeks
remember
ago.
right, the Thanaton village is actually all the way up here. I think the X was
Yeah.
where the tar pits were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that's where
Seems like if there's something we
Queen just
need,
Queen just paid
we
where
should
it
go
was.
get it.
Because
Makes sense.
it should help us defeat the Kraken.
Could.
Might.
But return to the village, sleep, head out in the morning, go to Phanatons, fight pirates.
Kill a
Don't know how
Kraken.
many. Don't know how many days this journey has taken to visit all the villages south of the wall, but one of the things that was on our list was to wait for the waking up of the elders or something.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, by the time we get back to the main
I would say
village by the wall,
this is all that same, essentially that second day, getting up early in the a third day, I guess would be getting up early in the morning on the third day there and then going out. So it would be and then actually you stopped at the village the second day. That's right. So you stopped at the first village on the second day, and then you slept there, and then this is the third day, and then it's probably, like I said, probably afternoon now anyway, like 2-3 o'clock maybe.
Well, where do we want to go, you guys?
I want.
I don't
there's-
feel too keen about crossing that much open water.
I
But our
agree,
boat is so big.
but so is the
Yeah.
water.
And when you say this, a Cass picks up a fish and lays it on the boat, and goes, "The fish is bigger than you."
You
Maybe.
can fly. I'm covered in metal.
So you
It's a bit
sink.
of a difference between us.
Mm-hmm.
And there's things in the open water that it can eat lots of these very quickly.
Like Dell.
They're bigger than Dell.
I figured.
Most of the party is bigger than Dell. I think I'm the second smallest person in the party.
Yeah.
We could try to hug the shoreline
You follow the shoreline around.
and then go and try to land about here.
I don't know where you're. Let me zoom out. Where are you pinging? Oh yeah, all the way up there.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like just do something like this kind of dealio. Of course, I'm probably
Yeah,
I'm probably going over land at this point, but yeah.
But yeah, and land
Somewhere
in
in
this
there.
inlet. There.
How we get there is not super important, but I think heading to the Phenaton village is a good next move.
I think we can
Right.
pull this off with before the elder thing too, if we're fortunate. We have like what, a week?
It'll probably take us at least a day just
Well,
to row
yeah.
up there.
And remember, a week is 10 days here, but you've spent 2 of them so far. So in 8 more days, yeah.
So you think in 8 days we can do?
I mean, it's about a day to row up there if we cut across those bays, if we don't hug the shore too closely.
Right. Then it'd be about what, 12 miles overland.
Yeah, 12 miles overland with no trail will
8
probably
miles.
take us. Yeah.
8 miles
To where?
from the inlay to the village is only 8 miles.
You mean to the Phantom village?
Yeah.
Oh, from the inlet to the. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
That's also assuming that Mbar is not just gonna leave,
I'm just like
because that was not in their job description.
guess 20 some miles to the inland. Like that's why I was like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah, 20 miles is about as far as we would want to row in a day, because that would take all day.
Mm-hmm.
Having done 24 miles of kayaking before in a day, it takes all day. And then 8 miles of overland travel, if there's no trail, that's easily another day.
Right.
So that would leave us with 4 days to spend in that village before we would need to head back for the awakening. So we could. I'm down for that. Let's go check out Flying Raccoon Village, the Tanuki Village.
The Tanuki suits.
While we're
Is
in
it? Uh-huh.
While we're in the jungle area, is it possible for me to look for some seeds of stuff?
Sure. You're pretty familiar with seeds, I would imagine. You mean being Sylvan and a fairy and all that good stuff.
Can I find any snakes?
Well, yeah.
I'll rephrase that.
Yeah, there's
Can I find any poisonous snakes?
probably, yeah, most likely, yeah.
At that point, as soon as I
Probably
find
there's
them-
probably in this region there's probably more poisonous than non-poisonous.
find a couple of snakes. I cast my friends with animals, which I get unlimited if they're snakes.
Okay.
And basically ask them if it's okay if I milk them for their poison.
Oh, okay.
And then, depending on how you want me to roll for that, or if I'm to roll for it,
roll a persuasion check at advantage. How about that?
Roll for snake.
persuasion at advantage. So there's an 18.
All right, yeah, you can. They're more than willing, yeah.
And I just start giving everyone.
They're like, got nothing better to do, you know. So.
Yeah.
Bite people, maybe. I don't know.
I start doling out vials of poison to everyone. So everyone can get a vial of poison.
And of course they'll definitely be more inclined to acquiesce if you offer some of those fish up for for them to eat too. So you know.
Oh yeah. I'll take a couple of fish into the forest with me.
Yeah, you can get enough probably for 5 vials. Excuse me. Sorry, 5 vials of 5 vials of poison.
Well, 4 vials and a thumbtack.
Right, there you go.
Or just a bunch of tiny little vials.
or 5 vials and minus a thimbleful, you know, like. All right, so
5 vials and an eyedropper.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, does that mean we each have a vial of poison?
Yes.
Okay.
There, I'll put that in chat. Hang on 1 second, I will tell you. It is DC 10.
And 1d4 damage.
Yep.
For a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I think is that what the vial of poison says?
That's what basic poison is. Yes.
1d4. Okay. Well, hang on 1 second, because I want to check something. Okay, so this is actually 2d4 damage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's taken from a poisonous snake. And so it's 2d4, for full damage, or half that for. It does not inflict the poison condition, though. It just does the poison damage.
And is the DC still 10?
Still 10, yeah.
Two D4 poison damage.
2d4 poison damage.
And while we're walking around, I ask if they've heard of any big creatures nearby that I should keep an eye out and things like that.
Not recently. Okay, so are you guys going to travel by boat up the shoreline, basically, then? Or travel over land, do you think?
I would probably say by water.
Yeah, that'd probably be faster than hauling through the woods.
Okay. And what kind of seeds are you looking for, Prim? Anything?
I listed it in Roll20.
Dura,
Oh, okay, yep.
Rienus, or Casabella.
Datura, Ricinus, and Cascabella.
Ooh, I see,
I'm
what you're,
learning
I
my
see where you're
botany
going
here.
with that.
I'm very happy.
What are you trying to make?
I just collecting seeds.
Uh-huh.
Inside check.
Yeah.
At the moment, I'm literally just collecting seeds to grow plants.
And what are the plants for?
Depends on who we meet. Pretty smelling flowers or
A very yummy tea.
Plot twist.
yes.
Prim is secretly chaotic evil.
It's
So
a
you-
secret?
So what you're saying is you do find some hang on one second. You do find some seeds, some what look like almost like beans.
Mhm.
And whoop, is that bean? And it would be like this here. See that looks like the plant.
Oh, it looks like an oleander.
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
yellow oleander.
Yeah.
And you also find one that looks like castor beans. And that's it.
Okay.
So castor beans are ricinus, and the yellow
Mhm.
oleander is the cascabella.
Yeah. Datura is the really, really pretty flower.
Yeah, I don't see any of those though. I mean, I don't see that you'd see any of these
Okay.
per
Okay.
se. They kind of
It's a,
don't the
it's a
datura.
nightshade.
I was gonna say, don't that also kind of look a little bit like what is that? Like not iris, the trumpet things. What do they call?
They look like a trumpet flower, yeah.
trumpet. Yeah, the trumpet bell. I don't know. I can't remember what they're called.
They're big, big flowers.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. They use them for psychedelics very dangerously, but some
If you're looking
cultures-
for seeds, if you can find some sativa divinorum, that'd be sweet.
Well, I was looking up, I was looking up specifically ones that would be found in the jungle.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I
like,
don't
cut
think
those-
salvia's found in the jungle.
No, not usually. And
Unfortunately.
there are a lot
Well,
of salvias.
castor beans are though.
Yes. Castor beans are tropical. Okay, thank you.
Originally from East Africa, apparently.
I have one growing in the backyard.
Yeah, no, I mean originally the castor beans are from East Africa.
Yeah, and they survive in my climate too.
Wow. So they're pretty hardy then, right? Don't you live in the north, Canada? You live in Canada?
I live about an
Introductory
hour
botany
from a
course
desert.
with access.
Oh, okay.
I live in the warmest part of Canada. No, one of the warmest parts of Canada.
I didn't know there were any warm parts of Canada. See what I know? There.
Me neither. I learned something
Me either.
today.
It's a warm desert. We make wine.
Wow, I didn't know
Lots
there
and
was
lots
such a
of
That's
thing.
pretty lit.
I mean, yeah, you're just further north than where I usually am.
Yep.
You guys are. There's a big puddle between you and me.
Yeah.
There's more than a big puddle between us. There's a big puddle and then a lot of dirt.
Or a lot of dirt and then a big puddle.
Small amount of dirt and a big puddle.
I guess it depends which way you
Which
go.
way you
'cause
go,
there could be, there could be a big puddle, a whole lot of dirt, and then a small puddle. If we went the
Or
other
it
way.
could just be almost continuous dirt and
True.
frozen dirt. Nobody got that right.
Yeah. It's continuous dirt and frozen dirt. Well, depending on how you go, it could be a continuous puddle. Anyway, so okay, so
Way off.
it is an island. It is an island, right? You know. It's
All right. So are we staying?
I
Are we
gotta
staying
go west, right?
Yeah, go west.
Go west.
Your other west.
We're going northwest.
Northwest.
Northwest. Okay. All right, so you're going by water, and it's going to be how many miles? Show me kind of a route you're taking. I kind of know, but it's
20.
it's 20 miles as the I was gonna say it's 20 miles as the crow flies there.
Yeah, I think we would probably go from where we are up the coast, cut across that bay from where it goes, where the trees end. So cut across that bay, and then cut across the bay where the Smith is, because we can do a 2-mile open water from point to point.
Yeah.
All right.
So if we cut those 3 bays that are from us, so it should only be like 24 miles. I think is what we said.
25.2.
Yeah.
25 miles. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go AFK for a second.
Yep.
Yeah, like 25 miles.
Yeah.
Yep, Prim collects the little seeds in her little bag,
This botany
carefully putting them in there.
This botany and geography course has been brought to you by Action Search, not TM.
Yep.
I like that. Cobras and lilies?
Kind of.
I looked it up immediately and laughed hysterically.
At the plants.
Yes. All right. Oh boy.
There's another one. The safer name to say on stream is, I think, Gimpy Gimpy.
Mm-hmm.
If you look that one up, that was another option, but I didn't want people to refer to it as other names, so that's why I didn't pick that one. And I couldn't trust that Brian wouldn't, so I was like, yeah.
Amazing.
Yes, Rich.
That's the
Rich, I do that in my spare time, don't you know? I just need to understand the plot, and now that I kind of understand it, we can plot against it. And break.
Now you guys can
Oh,
now
there's
you guys hear me? Okay, there you go. Whew.
Cobras and lilies and pirates, oh my.
Mm.
And the jar of dirt.
I am trying to find. I believe that you can travel 24 miles in a day on a boat, basically. Like, well, on a ship you can. So maybe not so much on a canoe, but
I use my thick
we'll say
muscles
it's
to
about
roll
24 miles. We'll say you guys can make it by nightfall if you were to leave in the morning, kind of thing. Or are you guys gonna head over there now, like
Well, we
halfway
could
through
go
the day?
back. We could go back to the main village here and spend the night so
Get a
that they
boat
know
from
that we're
there,
not
yeah.
dead.
Yeah, that's gonna be too.
And
Yeah,
'cause as far as they know, we're coming back.
that's true. And you could take the boat back to the village that you borrowed it from there. Yep, and then possibly get a boat from the village that you're staying at, like the main village.
Right, right.
Excellent.
Yep, that's a good idea. And then we're not just taking off with a boat and not letting them know.
Right, well, if we're going back to this one, we'll say we fish again and try and bring them some fish for lending us the boat.
Okay.
We could travel by water then.
Yeah, you would probably unless you wanted to carry it across the.
Yeah.
I mean, you could portage it that far. It's not that far, but 6 miles is a rough portage, but not bad for four big guys.
That's about as far as you would want to portage a boat.
It's 4 miles.
About 6 miles.
Hmm.
It gets unwieldy after that.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go. There's a good survival.
Okay. The number to beat is 21 now. For
For
Dell.
Dell?
Yeah, for Dell. Yeah.
All right, here we
Here
go.
goes with that fourth 24 in a row, maybe? No,
Oh,
22.
Still beat it.
Can Prim try and fish with like little toothpicks that she's kind
Sure,
of whittled
yeah.
off the corner of the boat?
Yeah,
You
you
can't
can,
teach
you,
them.
can, you can even fish with their hooks, but the hooks and the line would be like kind of like rope and an actual size hook to you, you know.
And it might just pull me off the whole boat.
It's to pull you
It's
in.
true.
and
It's true.
Swallow you.
Prim goes, I caught one, turns around and it's a shrimp.
Yeah.
So 2d20. Yeah.
Yep.
Plot twist.
Drop
Prim is
lowest
the bait.
1 plus survival. DL1, right? Or keep highest. Keep highest.
Or keep highest or DL1. Yeah.
Either or.
Both those commands work. I believe.
25.
Oh, there it is.
Prim reels in this big, huge. Well, to her it's big and huge, but this big, huge fish that's probably about all of 4 inches, but it's massive to her. So but the rest
My
of you,
contribution?
and the rest of you.
Fine catch. A fine catch, indeed. We need bait.
Okay, so 1, 2. Oh, another 26 fish.
27 with Prims.
Yep, 27 including Prims. Yep. Wait. No, that 25, a fish just jumps up and grabs Prim, so and falls in the boat, so no, I'm just kidding.
Fish! Come here, fish! Fish!
Here,
Come here,
fishy,
fish.
fishy.
Yeah, Prim does that like hillbilly fishing where she puts her hand in the water and
Hillbilly hand
pulls
fishing.
the fish up.
Yeah.
He just flies above the water and the fish jump in the boat because they're trying to catch her.
Oh yeah, maybe I do a little
They think
sparkly.
they think
Little
she's a
minor illusion.
dragonfly. Yeah,
I could make a little dragonfly.
there you go. A lure.
Mhm.
All right, so so you guys go back to this village. when you guys get back to there, it is getting later in the evening. The sun's starting to set. Are you guys gonna camp out there for another night,
Are we going back to the main
or are you
village?
going back to the
staying
main
here?
village? That's what I'm asking. Yeah.
Well, it only took 3 hours to get to this one over here, so I'm assuming
Race
it would
you,
only take
race you
a
to
couple
the main
hours.
village.
Yeah, it'll only take about 3.5 hours to get back to the main village from here, but it'll be like plenty dark by the time you get there.
Are you guys okay in the dark?
I can see
Yeah.
in the dark, so I have no problems.
I can't, but I can just sit with someone.
Just hide in the bag.
I can make light,
I can also make a light.
but I can also see in the dark.
Prim probably gives off a little bit of a glow everywhere,
do glow a
everywhere
little bit.
for 6 inches in every direction or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay in the dark.
Okay, so so you guys head back, and Mabari will head back with you guys because that's his village anyways, and like I said, it's relatively uneventful. Nice night sounds, and it's peaceful trip back. By the time you guys get back, though, you guys are pretty much exhausted, and you've probably eaten meals throughout the day, like either rations or fish, or at the other villages when they're eating and such. And you guys are about ready to collapse at that point. But are you guys going to do anything before you bed down for the night?
I pass
No.
out instantly.
Okay.
I cast us the same.
Yeah. I'll look through my little backpack of trinkets and baubles and whatnot, and spend some time talking to my little necklace, my black necklace, telling Akka about the stories and the adventure that we had today.
Okay. All right. So you guys go to sleep, and you wake up the next morning, and the sun is shining, and it's a cool breeze blowing through the air off the water, but it's relatively warm, and it seems to be a nice day out, and a little bit of sprinkly rain here and there, but nothing bad. And you guys are going to go back to the water essentially and travel to the inlet.
I believe that is the plan.
Okay, so all right, so you know what? If you want, we could probably wrap up right there then. Does that sound good?
Sure.
All
Sure.
right.
We'll start next time with our expedition north.
Yep, 2 sessions. We'll be doing the travel by water to the north here, and to the inlet,
Perfect.
and yeah. And they do have a boat there that you guys can use. Most of these villages have fishing boats and such because, and there is a bigger fishing boat that you could probably use, but not a lot bigger,
Yeah.
not a sailboat or anything like that. But
Right.
Wait a minute. Could we build ourselves a catamaran with 2 canoes?
probably, I mean, it'd take a little time, but might take a day, but yeah.
Do you mean a canoe with an outrigger or
Yeah,
a
I think that's
catamaran
what
with
he
a sail?
A catamaran with a sail.
Yeah, you could probably do that. It'd probably take a day or so.
Because then if we took the time to do it, we could use a sail and row on a catamaran. And if we have any loot that's particularly large, we're not going to be trying to balance it on a canoe.
Look at here, Mr. Smarty Pants. Loot is loot. Weight and size doesn't matter. It's D&D.
Weight and size don't matter. These are just
Let's see
foreign things.
when Dale says that when we come across a Medusa and we're like, do we take the Dale statue?
Famous last words somebody said.
Yeah. I'll just make sure that I crouch it down a little bit so I'm not more than 4'10", so I'm less than 4 feet, so I'll just fit in a bag of holding.
There you go. Hey, I could survive in there for at least 10 minutes.
I mean, if I'm made of stone, then
Oh, true, true,
Indefinite, really.
true.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
he's a statue, you know. We just got to worry about weight capacity then.
Yeah.
Not a bag of holding, as long as you're under 500 pounds.
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
under
I
500
think a 4'10" statue made of stone might weigh a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Hey, he might weigh
It
more
d-
than 500.
It depends on the kind of stone. Huh?
That's
Huh?
true.
Huh?
It's a Medusa that just turns people into pumice.
Yeah,
Hey,
there you go.
Sandstone.
Can you pair me to pumice stone, please?
I want to be sandstone. I want to be sandstone.
You don't want to be granite.
I come back, it's like, why do I have
Soapstone,
so many
yeah, there you
skin flakes on me? Oh, we got to get rid of some calluses.
I picture Dell turning into halite because he seems a little salty.
Yeah.
Turn me into malachite, please.
Or Micah. Micah's
Yeah.
pretty thin.
Micah,
Pretty
turn
light.
me into Micah.
I guess if it was 4'10", the Micah would not be that light though. It'd be like the equivalent of like a bunch of layers of glass.
Right?
Well,
Alright.
guys,
All right,
Everyone,
we'll
thanks
talk
for-
to you guys in 2 weeks, and everybody watch us here on Action Surge for what is it, next Friday again? We're gonna do the Grim Harvest session 4, and then next Sunday we're gonna do No Good Deed session 2. So, does anybody else want to say anything? Shout out to their
Maybe.
fans. Your
yeah,
Dory fans.
thanks for watching us again, guys.
thanks,
Looking forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time.
Are we on for Thursday, Scott? Or are we not?
Yes, I will be running my first game
Oh, this
on
Thursday?
Action Surge.
This
this
Thursday.
Thursday,
Okay,
yeah.
so then so on Action Search we'll be doing a game Thursday afternoon. Also, we'll be running that. We'll be showing that on this channel.
So Thursday the 16th.
Thank you, Queen. At
And
what
then the
time?
week
1 o'clock?
after?
1 p.m. Eastern Standard?
Or
Or noon?
Yes.
Or noon? I don't know. Somewhere around there. Noon or 1.
I will message my people.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then we'll message like Facebook and the Twitch channel, and we'll put it up in the Twitch channel on the schedule too. So
Awesome. Right.
And then is it the following week
for you guys,
That-
yes.
that
Yeah.
you've got the no good deed?
No, the
No?
no Good Deed will also be this coming week here.
Okay.
Because we just did yesterday's Grim Harvest that we did, the session 3, was supposed to have been done the week before. It just didn't happen.
Okay. So everything is just shuffled.
Technical, yeah. So we're doing the Grim Harvest 2 weeks in a row, basically. That's all we're doing. And then Grim Harvest will take place on the normal days from here on out. And so will No Good Deed. So, yeah. So everything just got shuffled around a little bit basically. But yeah. But everything should be back in its place as of today. Except for the Sunday campaign, because it will no longer be appearing, or Saturday night campaign, Ian's Saturday night. So I still need to do something or figure out something with that and possibly those group members. So
Oh, the calendar just needs to be updated, and then everybody can check the calendar.
yep, we'll do that. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Awesome, guys. Pleasure as always, everyone. And don't go changing.
All right, I'm gonna wear these clothes for weeks now,
Yeah.
so I don't go changing anyway.
No, don't do that.
All right, all right. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one. We are offline.